Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to episode 100.
That was a crazy intro, bro. That was dope.
Yeah.
How about that? We're gonna go through it. Hey,
I like that one.
Yep. He's like, I know Blue's usually like, do we need intros? Yeah, we need extra intros.
And Todd's got to double it up. I was okay with just the first intro, but I guess you got to have the Streaming Matters part of it as well.
I'm pretty sure that was THX certified and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that was. I had like a little countdown and all. Yeah, I want to have some fun. So
I was like,
it was kind of sexy.
Yeah. Well, that's me. That
Just kind of. She did just kind of.
Yeah, she did say that. So hey, thanks for everyone jumping in. Thanks to Fanerific who jumped on, who hasn't been on any shows or nothing for forever. Probably my last show. Kodi Apps, thanks for jumping in. Rojas at Next Level, you guys just finished your show, and of course, my co-host Blue for joining in on the show and my 100. And I've put the link out to lots of different people. I don't know who's going to jump on the show. I don't know where the show is going to go.
I have somebody interested, so can I share the link?
Yeah, share away. Because I actually tried to send it out to some. I've got some stuff maybe lined up next week because that person wasn't able to come on this week. So thanks for everyone joining. How's everybody on the panel? Next Level. Let's start with you on the bottom left. How are you doing today? You just finished up a show.
Yeah, it was a good show. There was some breaking news that we were talking about for a second. So that's going to be interesting. It was kind of like a teaser because more information is not going to be talked about until the 24th of September.
Oh, wait. I thought you were talking about this.
Oh, no.
No, not.
Did you guys watch that live stream?
I saw it.
It was pretty funny, right? I
watched it live.
It was pretty funny.
It was awesome.
So, okay, fine. I guess I'll just talk about that briefly.
No, it's okay. I'll let you know what to.
I'm Canadian, and I bet Rojas that the Raptors was going to win Game 7 against the Boston Celtics. And my girlfriend's very superstitious, so she decided to put my beard on the line because I was betting. And they had lost, so the deal was that I would shave off my beard live. I do also have to cut off a portion of my hair. But I'm not going to do that until I go to an actual barber because I don't want anybody just cutting off my hair.
Yeah.
So,
it's just a little bit.
I'm not going to do that live streaming because, I doubt any barber is going to have, my camera set up and all that kind of stuff. So I will take a picture of the clipping and we'll post that when it happens. But I did lose my beard. A lot of people are, giving positive feedback, but I don't care. I want my beard back.
You do look really handsome, though. Just so you know.
Just so you know.
It's just because my lighting's a lot better and my camera's not blurry for once, and it's like
no, it's just guys.
His lighting's better than mine. I've got just a light over here. He's got
I hope this
professional
doesn't
lighting.
sound rude, but guys with big bushy beards look dirty and stinky. They just do. I mean, they're probably not, but they kind of look.
Well, he did have some food in there. Because remember, he found Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda was in there.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw it. He had Baby Yoda.
Look,
No, but I got when you were talking about how it's an anxiety reliever when you stroke 100%. Your beard. But you know what? You could just stroke your face, and maybe that'll do it for you.
I guess you just got to stroke something.
I get that, though. I saw that. You were talking about the stress ball.
Hey, I had my last show was cut off by YouTube just like all of a sudden. I have to keep looking up here as how many people are watching because when it goes to 0, YouTube kicked me. It happened Wednesday night. It happened at 3 minutes into the show for Player Pass. They kicked me.
Why?
I don't know. They just how YouTube does. They just send you things saying you violated some rules, which we weren't even past the intro and just saying hello to some of the people on the side chat.
That was it.
And then they said. Then I saw 0 in ARB's like, we're not on no more.
Yeah, the side chat said disconnected to me, and I'm like, what the hell?
Ooh.
Yeah.
So,
anyways, thank you for having me on your 100th show. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
He's an old bastard.
Definitely. It's been really nice connecting with you lately. That conversation last night, had a blast. I'm sure that you probably got blew up to speed on that conversation after as well. Too. No, you didn't tell her?
Just very little. Other than Brampton. Yeah, other than
okay,
that.
cool.
So, that was all I went into.
Yeah, we're coming to see you at some point.
Oh, God.
So, all right. So, hey, Rojas, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm staying away from the fires over here where I live at in California.
Mm-hmm.
Fires everywhere. They're saying it's contained, and then it's not contained, and then it's somewhat contained, and it's semi-contained, but yeah, I'm doing good here. Again, congrats on your 100th episode. It's awesome. It's pretty cool, man. I've known you for a while, so this is pretty cool.
Yeah. We've been before I even started the Streaming Matters show. We were friends, so
yeah, for sure.
Running the same circle. Kodi Apps, who was just on here just a couple weeks ago.
Hey,
Thanks
Paul.
for jumping back on. I threw you a link and I said, maybe he'll jump on.
Well, it's a bit late in the day, but I've been on the whiskey and peanuts for a while. But I just want to say congratulations on your 100 and just popped in to say hello to you.
I appreciate all your work. And actually, you're that APK time. I've actually started to do it more now that we had the issues with Zion. And so I'm starting to try all these different things. And I'm like, let me try this app or this add-on, this APK. So it works out well.
Yeah, I've been on the grind all week. So just keeping it, obviously since Zion went down, just trying to get back up to speed what is hot and what's not out there. And a lot of people are trying to do the same. So I'm on my grind, just trying to keep on top of everything at the moment and just like you, just in touch with a lot of groups and seeing what everybody's jumping on at the moment.
Mr. Fanerific, who, again, he was on one of my shows way back, maybe a couple of my shows, Mr. Fanerific, and we're doing his themes. I sent him a link and said, hey, if you want to jump on. So thanks for coming on and hanging out with us.
It's a pleasure. I mean, you've always been around. You've always been straight talking. You accept me for everything I am, and which I respect. And 100 shows. I mean, that's no mean feat. Always speak the truth. You know what I mean? And
I do my best. I do my best without trying to be rude to people.
No, that's my job.
I do tend to try to. I don't want to say the P word, but I try to soft shoe around certain times in certain ways. I try to be careful, and Blue will say, "Why don't you just be?" I'm like, "It's not."
Yeah, I can't pussyfoot.
I tend to see. Don't get me in trouble. Don't get me in trouble. You're saying that word. I don't know.
Another name for a cat, for Christ's sake.
I don't know. That maybe get me in trouble. So,
and that's actually what that saying is: pussyfooting around. It's not. Has nothing to do with the vagina, Todd.
Oh my gosh! Potty talk. Did I put this for 18 or older? Did I set that in the settings? I don't even remember.
Oh, whatever.
Just
edit that out later.
Hey, next level. Wait till we come and you think. Wait till we.
Wait till I get some red wine in me. You're in
Oh God.
I'm drinking blush right now, so you guys are okay.
Hey, I might have to make a trip too if you guys are gonna go see Next Level. I might have to do it at the same time though.
Oh my God, that would be fun.
I'll come to Canada.
Yeah. Well, I'm in Canada, and Todd will be in Canada eventually.
Yeah, and we've definitely got friends.
How would that work for me though? I'm not marrying anybody from Canada, so I'll just have to sneak over the border somewhere somehow.
Well, hopefully, pandemic-wise, we'll be okay by then.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
they will. I mean, the border was open. You could just freely go before all this happened. You could just go back and forth. And look at Mandy says, wait till some drinks. Yeah, because Mandy's been around us. Yeah.
And then she said, waiting for the wedding.
So good times, but it's been 100 episodes. I know I missed so many weeks where I got a little bit burned out, and I didn't know what shows I wanted to do and what I couldn't get people to come on the show. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. And I went, I think, like 3 months and didn't do a single show. So this all started, and I've got it in ARB isn't able to join tonight. He's having to work late, and he's just been trying to catch up on his sleep from his long hours of working. But him and I came up with this show of trying to just give people the information about what's going on in Kodi at that time. And it was like Kodi Matters because it matters to us and because it's important. And we wanted to try to give people a place to get some information. I wanted to, in amongst giving people information, I wanted to bring the people behind the scenes to the front of the scenes. I wanted people to meet a developer, to say, hey, this is a developer. He created an add-on. And you find out these are real people.
Sometimes people look at them like they're gods, like athletes, you know?
Yeah.
And then to actually talk to one, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I just talked to him, which is hilarious because they're usually just nerds sitting in their mom's basement.
Well, if you go back to the early days, you, Blue, you know, there in Phoenix.
Oh, Jesus.
You was like a goddess back then to us little noobs.
Yeah, she was a goddess.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
4 years ago.
Look at me now, eh, honey?
Yeah. Not such a goddess anymore. No.
Jesus, Tom. That's it. This is garbage.
Yeah, right. So there you go with the bad language again. God, I'm gonna have you on.
I think people know this is like 18 plus, right? Except for Streaming Wizard when he shows up on here and walks around in his underwear, apparently.
Oh gosh, that
happened.
That happened too on here. That was not meant to happen.
I don't think it was his underwear. I think he was wearing little shorts and it looked like his underwear. And then you got your video got by YouTube.
Oh, that got cut off of YouTube.
We were trying to figure out why. None of us even noticed.
The Beach remembers back when I was on Husham shows, and I was on Husham's show, me, Target, and Husham, when Husham first started his live streams back then. And all respect for Husham, but it drove me crazy how he was just completely freelance and he didn't have any idea about what was going on in the community. I'd say, hey, did you hear about this new add-on? He's like, no. Hear about this new build? No. I'm like, what are we going to talk about? I don't know. Let's talk about what Target's eating. I mean, it'd be...
Sounds like my show.
Yeah, I mean, he was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, well, let's talk about what's happening. Like, it's just... And so it drove me crazy, even though I learned a lot from him. All respect, and people can like or not like him, but I appreciated his help he gave me and got me the courage. And I'll thank Joe Nobody, who truly gave me the courage to create a YouTube channel and create content of what I wanted to do. Because Joe Nobody, if anybody remembers Joe Nobody, XBMC Kodi, whatever Kodi XBMC.
Is he still with us?
Was he Boston? He had a Boston accent,
yeah,
right?
Boston. He just doesn't do videos no more. He's still around. He just doesn't do videos or nothing.
You're not loud enough to be like him, Todd.
No, and I don't get drunk enough. And when I get drunk, I get a little quieter.
No, you don't. What are you talking about?
I do. Did anybody see my birthday parties?
You get funny. I will give you that. And you wear crazy outfits.
So, yeah, I do thank Joe Nobody because I talked to him one day.
Joe was great.
He was a great guy, and even though he had some issues.
We
all like a drink.
Yeah. But there was times, and I'm probably Rojas was in some of those rooms where we were in hangouts, and Joe would pass out, and he'd be snoring, and everyone else is in the chat, and his mic is open.
Credit to Joe Nobody though; it was always on point, even when drunk.
Yeah, it was fun. So he actually gave me encouragement because I said I would like to do some shows about this, and I wanted a roundtable discussion. I wanted a people on different sides of a subject. I wanted people that believed this and people that believed this, and people to discuss it, the pros and cons, but opposite opinions. And I struggled getting that idea off the hand because I couldn't get people to come together. But Joe says you make shows that you feel that you want to do. I said, I don't know if anybody will follow me. He goes, who cares if they follow if it's something you want to do? I said, yeah. He goes, if you have 2 people watching or 2,000 people watching, does it matter?
It's totally true. If you help one person, it's awesome.
Yeah. I said, well, you know what? What the hell? So I give major thanks to him.
I mean, even Rojas started with 1 follower at one point.
I must admit, it's always done my head in. Todd hasn't got the following. You know, he talks it straight. When you get some of the guys out there that ain't got a clue, got 100,000 and more, does my head in.
He's not talking about you, Rojas.
It's never about the numbers, though, is it? It's not about Cody's not about the numbers.
Some of the ones that were the biggest, that were the most useless, were the ones that just had the crazy titles of Kodi is dead and oh my god, and people would panic and they'd watch it and it'd be like, oh god.
How many Kodi was shut down videos?
Exactly. And it would be like every week, or greatest new add-on ever, greatest new build, and it would be just some bland, stupid whatever. And
they're all the same.
I mean, some of you guys, though, like some of them give really good information and give really, and not just straight up Kodi stuff, but cool tech stuff. And I get that. I want to follow that because I like all that stuff. But the ones that were just all about the drama, like hush them.
So now
help me pay for my medicine. Here's my kid. Sit right beside me. You talk for half an hour now. He doesn't know anything either.
He doesn't.
My fish died in an hurricane. Look at my fish.
I made him cry once, actually.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Good day. The good old days.
He's not made me cry yet. Hey, I look at Jim says he's finally taken the plunge. Jim, you've taken the Real-Debrid. Okay,
that's
now you're going to find out that $18 is you're going to try to wonder why you didn't spend that $18.
It's like, honestly, nowadays it's like 1 coffee for the whole month pays for your Debrid.
Yeah, coffee in Canada is 11. Yeah, coffee in Canada is $11.
You can blow that right out your arse there, buddy. It's like that was like Mark in the chat the other day. I said, does anybody know a good like a 2-in-1 laptop, like tablet / like keyboard stuff? And Mark's like, yeah, here's one. It's really, really good. They're like $400 US. So that's probably $1,300 Canadian. I'm like, you dick.
Yeah, I crack. It's just a joke between.
Well, for most people that don't know, the exchange rate's pretty garbage.
It's about 30% last time I went.
I remember when we were on par, and actually we on above you at one point.
Yeah, I think that was back in the Clinton days. If I remember right. Yeah, them damn Democrats.
It'd be nice if we were on par.
No, I'm real good. I'm fine. I'm fine with us I get 30% more when I come over. So,
have fun paying for that not free healthcare.
Yeah, fanerific. So you obviously have stayed out of the phrase. I've not seen you in any arguments. I've seen you really,
started thousands.
How did you do it?
Well, I just stopped doing anything. I was looking around, and I noticed that pretty much everybody was. There's hundreds and thousands of people doing themes now, isn't there?
Yeah.
Let's face it. When I come on the scene, there was Dicko the Geordie had done an handful.
Dicko, yeah.
And classic Nancy.
Yep. Yeah. I remember Nancy.
Yeah, and then there was me. At that point. Now, I used to come on Todd's shows just probably a couple of 3 years ago. When I first come on, it's like, I used to say, I'm a niche. I had like 300-400 followers. That did increase over the time. I said, nobody's really interested in theme Kodi. It's just a few people like it now.
Yeah, everybody's doing theming.
So I'll come to the scene 3 years too early.
Actually, the funny thing about that too is that some of the best things that I learned about theming was watching your videos.
Well, thank you.
No, but I mean, most people they do like the simple little fixes in a theme. Not even touching the XMLs, just changing the icons, changing the whatever else. But then once you learn how to actually move it, from here to here, and you got this over here, and you got your clock down. That's all in the XMLs, and that takes you got to figure out where the hell they are because there's a million friggin' XMLs when it comes to theming, and every skin is different. It might be in this place it's here, but in this place it isn't. It's over here.
there's two standout skinners out and about now, and Sidekick, Matthew Mayer, and Terrorize.
Yeah, TK.
And they're both fantastic, and they're doing things I've never done. You know, they've done different changes, different XML changes more than I ever did. But both of them used to come to me for help.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They weren't, you know, but they're brilliant. So I mean, I've got nothing to offer now. I've done mine. You know, I've done all
Yes,
my.
you do though. If you decide you want to do it again.
Well, yeah, I've done my unique stuff, but everybody uses terror skins, don't they?
I don't.
And anybody uses terror
I
skins.
love.
A lot of the big builders do. I mean,
Yeah.
but I mean, yeah, there is people that use it, but terror
like
skins, there's
themes.
nothing
I
wrong.
like
I mean,
themes,
he does a
but
great job. But
I like themes, but sometimes I find it just, for me now, it slows down my Kodi, and I'd rather just jump in and go grab.
yeah. My well, you know,
But
because like the skin that I use or the theme I used was fan skin.
Yeah.
And I like it because it had a nice little look to it. And guess what? There's nothing extra to it. It's like simple. And I don't want to be at the top of a list of most popular. I don't care.
the thing is, there's
I don't
no
care.
right or there's no wrong when it comes to a build, because everybody's ideas of what's a good build are completely different. Just like some people love horror movies, some people like drama movies, some people like comedy. It doesn't make any of your decisions wrong. It's just certain people like things a certain way. I like to make my own. I don't like anybody else's. I mean, I may like the look of it, but using it, I'm like, but I want that over here, and I want this. So it's like, I love that everybody's done really cool stuff, and their stuff is beautiful. I've seen some really cool stuff. China Cat stuff too, like when she made that.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say China Cat's really beautiful, and I
really
like.
cool.
I love that, and I love Cellar Doors. I think he puts a lot of work into it. Now, would I use it? No, because it has more than I'd ever need, and it has more. But it's beautiful. It looks beautiful.
And from a new user who has no idea how to do that stuff, fantastic that you can pop this on your box and ready to rock and roll. Yeah. But I personally, I mean, obviously, I prefer to make my own.
Most things for me, it was just like I just had this thing come into my mind. It was like, well, can I make it look like this?
Yeah.
You know, prime example was when I was kicking out the IPTV app lookalikes. When I did the STB EMU skin and the Sky Q skin, it was like, can I make it look like something else totally? And I mean,
you know what? It's a form of art. It's what it is. It's a form of art. You're making this thing look beautiful. You know what I mean? It normally looks like this, but watch what I can do with it, which is it's inventive. It's creative. I don't really have much of a creative bone in my body, so I admire that in people.
The last skin I did, which I really enjoyed doing, was my Silfluence one, which was basically making Silvo act the same as Design Fonts. So you got your add-on menu at the bottom and your extra menus, and I really enjoyed doing that. You know, but like, you know, now being inactive, like you say, I mean, I get no arguments anymore. And that gives, you know, it's a more peaceful life.
Yeah, definitely more peaceful. Jug, what's up? I haven't talked to you in forever. Another Canadian. Good God.
Well,
it's like a Canadian invasion on here.
I was sitting in the background. I thought I still was in the lobby, so I was sitting there sticking my tongue out at you. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. I'm on.
He's live.
Congratulations on another milestone, 100 episodes. That's awesome.
Yeah. I see you've been out riding your motorcycle. You got to put that away, don't you?
Soon. I ride until there's snow on the ground.
God.
Yeah, he's
I can't wait to live here so you have an appreciation for the fact that we don't have snow all year.
No, but I'm just saying, I know he's a rider, and I know that it's got to be getting close.
It's getting cold.
Yeah, it's only about today's a good day. It's plus 20 right now, so that's it. So what's going on? What's happening?
We're just running through, just going through, seeing what people got. I sent a link out to Fire TV Guru if he wants to jump on here. More than welcome to jump on here and shoot the shit. We'll just go through different things. I see Funster, if you want the link, I'll be happy to join. Send the link to you. One little tidbit on Shadow, because I usually talk about Shadow each week. and I posted in the group that we are working on some themes. So Funster and I are working on creating some themes. I posted some pictures of it, and hopefully next week I can sort out some things. Got to resize some thumb images because it was more of a checking to see if we could do it because of the way that the code in Shadow is done. It's different. It's not your normal code the way that some of the other add-ons that I mess with. And so I had to change some things. And so I have to wait for the developer to get back from vacation to approve that and to move forward with that theme. And hopefully if that happens, we'll release that as a theme, and then we'll give the ideas for some of the other people that may want to create other themes for that add-on. So that's really the only issue, the only big issue. I know that there was a few fixes on Shadow, but that was about it on that.
So is there a lot of people out there that are already have add-ons and everything ready to go for 19?
Some. There's been some. I know there's a lot of them, and we talked about it a few weeks back. A lot of them are doing a transfer code. You can do a conversion.
Yeah.
And basically it's a workaround. It's not recoding it. You're translating it from one to the other, and you're kind of fooling Kodi 19 to
That's a good way to go while you work on it in the background, though. You know, while you write the code.
I know that when Shadow was looking at it, he actually did a whole recode from Python 3. And so there was a group that's working on bug fixing for that. I know that there has been some groups working with the gens. I know Saren said that they worked on it. I want to say I saw Fenn worked on it, and there was a Exodus. One of the Exodus forks has a 19 version that does work. I ran it. It does work. Again, it's another conversion. They're using some of those conversion tools, and it just...
Yeah, there's something called Futurize that actually works pretty good. And then there's I think it's called Python 2-3.
Yeah, but is that, when they're going to do any conversions over, or the workaround, if some people are trying to call it that, but think you're going to run into problems running those converted add-ons or converted code in 19?
The thing is,
there's going to be problems.
Python, as far as I know, Python 2-3, for example, I think it was Python 2-3, is essentially like another add-on that you would add to your repo, and then you just you import it, and it pulls all the stuff that you need for it. So a lot of your code is still the same, but it somehow it'll pull that instead. And then there's the Futurize, which updates. There's little changes that make things easier. It's actually better. It's way better code. So most of the devs that do know how to code will find it a lot easier to write their add-on than they did the first time around.
And there will be bumps in the road, and I'll say major bumps in the road when this starts.
19 isn't even complete. It's not like there's a working it's still nightlies or a beta at least. So in other words, they got to work on everything, and then it's going to affect everything else.
And you think about this, all right? So you have the base code of Kodi. It was just still alpha, and they're still working on that. So when add-on developers are working on their add-on and they have issues, sometimes you're not sure if the issue is actually in the Kodi code or if is it in the add-on code.
Or is it in a dependency?
Right, or a dependency, because all the dependencies have to upgrade. So there's going to be plenty of time for that. I do see it being it's not going to be an overnight thing, but there is people working on stuff. But I think as we get closer to the betas and those release clients, I think you're going to see a major rush.
And as a general Kodi user, you'd be smart to not update for a while. Yeah. Like to stay on 18 as long as you possibly can until you know all the add-ons you love are updated. Stick with 18.
Yeah.
If you go Play Store, turn off automatic update.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, that's where it lies on us and on people who are educating other people who are either doing shows like this, is to try to get it to the people to tell them to do stuff like, because you're going to always run into those who are like, I want the next best thing or the latest or greatest,
No, not with this. This is going to be huge. I mean, like 16, 17, 18, same Kodi, right? Python 2, the add-ons worked, everything worked. Now it's going to be a big overhaul. So don't upgrade. Don't upgrade to 19. unless you're helping test stuff, which is awesome. A lot of devs can use testers because they need to know how it works on Android, on Windows, on everything. So more people that are helping them test, the faster they can fix things. Like we said, Cody's not release candidate even yet. It's not even beta yet. I still know.
Let's face it, everybody can be using a fork and 19 if they really wanted to play with both. Anyway, there's plenty of forks around.
Yeah, there's plenty. I want to say we post. I think Funster actually in one of our groups posted a 19 fork for APK, and says, hey, if you want a Kodi 19 fork, then you can put it on your device. It's independent of your stable version. So say you're using 18 as your stable, got all your stuff the way you want. You could actually install this as a separate entity, so it would run on its own and you can install whatever you want, and it doesn't interfere with your 18. So your family's not upset that they can't watch the TV or movie that they want because you've installed some crappy version that can't find the movies that they want. So,
Todd, someone just said, anyone know how to stop Kodi from going to 19 on a Linux build? My 18 updated 18.8 without warning. I don't know Linux well, so.
Linux, I know Linux. Linux shouldn't update automatically. What normally to get the updates off of Linux, you need to do the get dash update dot whatever.
So SSH, you mean, basically into it?
Yeah. So you have to put it in there to get the update. At least that's I was full Linux at one point, so you got to put the code in there to do it. If you have a hybrid, then just go into the setting and then just turn that auto update off.
So what was that? Because there was a what for Linux? What was that? The OS that you would back? I used to have it on one of my.
Linux has a bunch of different things, don't they?
There was a main one.
There's a bunch of them.
Ubuntu,
but there was another one that was like it was just Kodi.
Oh, you're talking about LibreElect and OpenElect?
Yeah, LibreElect.
Yeah, LibreElect.
Yeah, the two of them.
And I had that on my Raspberry Pi.
Mm-hmm.
So I had that on my Raspberry Pi 1 back in the day, and that is the cool thing. So if people see my videos on my Raspberry Pi 3, the awesome thing when you get a Raspberry Pi, the OS is on the micro SD card. So you could have your retro device that you're wanting to play games, then put Kodi and whatever LibreElect on that little SD card and slide it in and boot it up, and now you're running a full working version of Kodi on your LibreElect without getting rid of. You just swap out those cards, because with Raspberry Pi, it's not really a hard drive. It's the micro SD card is your hard drive, and that's your OS. So
I had an HP PC at some time, and I had a triple boot.
Oh well, yeah,
that was fun.
That thing cost you,
It cost me a lot of money at the time, but I'll tell you, that little bastard is still like 10 years later running like a top. I'm running my laptop now.
The fastest booting, because it would boot right into Kodi, and I swear,
it would be like $800. So like gigs of RAM, and
how did that boot up so fast?
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
And she's like, yeah, well, I paid how much? I'm like, oh,
yeah, I paid a lot for it, a lot.
Okay.
I mean, I had the Prometheus box back in the day, and it was like, tiny little SSD, and it was pretty much garbage. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get a good HD PC, and you know what I mean? It's fantastic, especially if you're somebody who wants to be surfing the internet on your TV and stuff. And like I said, I've got my Plex server on it now. It's always plugged in. It's always running. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Griff. Actually, Griff. I started out with, I think, OpenElect, and then I went to LibreElect, but that was all Griff though that got me on that.
Yeah, he's.
Is that even still a thing though? Like, I mean, I haven't used that in a million years. LibreElect. Any of you guys know anybody who uses that?
Yeah, LibreElect. I still use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, on my Raspberry Pi.
They're still updating and stuff.
Google says yes.
Yeah, the last one. The last one I put on there was like, I think it's 18.3.
So 18 though, that's great.
Yeah, but the
last one I put on there is like 15. It's been a long time. It is neat though, because when it does boot, it's like right into Kodi.
All right, so we got a question here for you, Jug. Is the titanium build still up and running?
Yes, the titanium and juggernaut builds are both, but for 17.6, the last updates that were done, that's it. They're not going to be manually updated anymore. Moving to 18 and 18, they're still there. I need to do a recent update, which I'll probably get to. I'm hoping this weekend and next weekend. But yes, 18 for both of those are still active and still going. 17.6, no, it's toast. The way that the last update that I did, which I did update on both of them, which is maybe 2 or 3 months ago. That's it. I'm not updating anymore. If they manually want to update or change the add-ons or things like that, YouTube is your friend, or email me and I'll help you do that.
I mean, honestly, if you keep when you have a good build that doesn't have a crop load of add-ons, got reliable add-ons, I mean, they update themselves, right? So unless it's something that's died, a build could last a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's one of the pluses of somebody that doesn't install 50 builds.
23 different, 23 different add-ons.
Stick with just a few that are stable, and you won't like me. When was the last time I updated my build?
I don't even remember, and it still works perfect.
I mean, it's got to be 5 months ago. So, did you raise your hand there? Next level?
Nope.
Oh,
I wouldn't
okay.
do that.
I know. I thought. Well, corner of my eye, I thought I saw it. So, yeah.
I think people forget it's Kodi is a hobby first and foremost, and that's the appeal of it. That's what sucks. That's what sucks everybody into it. It's not about having a ready-made build. Yeah, people like sort of a Netflix feel to it, but the fun aspect, the hobby aspect, is getting down into the nuts and bolts of Kodi and making your own build. And like you say, have a few add-ons that you love, the shadows, the magic dragons, the rest of them that you love, but just make your own and be creative and have fun with it. And that's what pulled me into Kodi, the fact that it is a hobby and you can just go wild with your own creativity. Don't rely on everybody else.
That's one forever.
One of the first things that dragged me in was seeing that you could just change a background. Like all of a sudden this boring blue, regular background, you can make it whatever you wanted. It was like, oh my God, that looks so cool. And it was such a simple thing, but it's huge.
There are some add-ons out there that have made it to one of the options that they have within features within the add-on is actually to make that add-on a skin. So they've included backgrounds or things like that in there. And you can just have your favorite add-on if it has that. And those people, if you just search, you can find that information. But
I think we know somebody that did that. Who did that? Did Les do that at one point, Todd? Where his add-on became the skin, and you could still have other add-ons in it, but when you loaded it, it would have all basically that add-on stuff in the skin. Like I would think it was Les, eh? Less is more.
I can't remember if Les.
That was a while ago now, but I do remember that, and I thought that was very cool.
Yeah, there's one that the recent that they did, it was for 17, and the last I heard is that they had it for 18 as well, the add-on. So I don't know if you're mentioning add-on names, but
do you think they care?
I mean, certain people, I usually I'll mention. I don't give out URLs. Most of the people that I do mention, are they
on Twitter and out in public?
Talk to each of the people. All right. So for example, of course, Shadow gives me thing I can say whatever. Jarrell says I can talk about, can't talk about their URL. Crew says I can talk about, but can't talk about their URL. So a lot of them will say, you could say, but I don't want you posting my URL, which that's fine. Because actually I'm going to talk about an add-on that's on the Crew repo, but I'm not going to give the repo and you'll figure that out yourself.
Yeah. I don't give URLs though, but it's a 4-letter word and it starts with the big G.
Oh my! You mean the one that takes like 2 minutes to load up?
Well, you know what? I haven't actually worked on that or taken a look at that one, but that's some of the videos we've done.
The Spirit of the Earth add-on, that one.
I've spent a few hours on that add-on. Brilliant add-on, especially when it came out. It was so fresh. It was great.
Yeah, and now I will say with that add-on, starts with a G, ends with an I or an A.
Yeah.
The only thing about that is that if you're looking for hard to find content, that would be what you'd want to use. because people complain about, hey, this add-on don't find what I'm looking for. This don't find what I'm looking for. Or this APK don't have it. So what the problem is that these add-ons or APKs, they have sources that they look. Okay, so these are places that websites, they check this website, this check. That particular add-on has more sites that it checks than anybody else. So they've got more. Now, the downside of it, when you do a scrape, is about 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Yes,
on
the
a
boss.
scrape. Just it does. But if you don't mind that wait and you're looking for something hard, like people looking for those crime story movies or TV shows, how many times in there?
Another 48.
I'm looking for investigate murder, blah, blah, blah. Like,
Yeah.
you know, there's not that many people watching that kind of stuff. And I mean, go watch, 18 and Pregnant. There's a lot that's on everywhere. But, or
Is that an actual show?
16 and Pregnant, or whatever that shit was.
Yeah.
I'm Googling that.
You're better off to actually get an IPTV and watch the actual channel live.
Yeah, because they're hard to find those hard. But if you do, you can always look look at that particular add-on will have that G add-on will find things outside of anybody else. And hey, Andrew, thank you. I like I said at the very beginning of the show, props to you for being my buddy and us starting the show together. He was there, and this show was a brainchild of, hey, let's create a show, and this is what we're going to do, and kind of just went. And it just is real. Looking, there was another question up here. Someone said I look like Frank Zappa, and then someone said quit insulting Frank Zappa. All right, so Crazy Canuck wants to know this, Kodi Apps. You're not affiliated with Kodi, correct?
Oh, I'm sure they love me, but no.
Yeah, I bet you. Yeah, no, he is not. So yeah, that's so definitely not. Okay, so I got DJ Themes. Thanks for joining. What's up, bud?
What's up, matey? Thanks for having me. Congratulations on hitting that 100.
Hey, no, I can't. And look at it, I still got 113, and that's only because I've got this panel of people that actually want to see these guys, not so much me.
Whatever.
I know. How you doing, bro? How you doing next level?
I knew there was a reason why you invited me, Tom.
I know. Well,
How
hey,
you doing, Juggernaut?
Hey, Fanerific, I was looking for the thumbs down when I invited you. I said, how many thumbs down can the show get? I'll invite Fanerific.
There can't be many people. There's not many left who know who I am now.
Hey, Fan, don't worry. All the thumbs down are for me, buddy.
We ain't got none yet.
There's 0.
So yeah, there was one other question that I was going to throw in there. I want to say, all right, so no, it was not Griff's comment there. Griff had to also gives me props up for the tidy chords because he watches my chords every week. Every week I have a show. He takes a look at my chords because he is the first one to dog out me when he sees my chords, which in all fairness, all right, I test a lot of things. I put down a new device. I try something. And when I do that, I don't run my chords all hidden because it's going to be plugged up for just a little while. So I'll just plug it up and it's just hanging out. And,
Jesus, Griff.
Yeah, so sometimes they're out there like that. Now, when I do get my own place, this is a rented apartment. So I can't be drilling holes in the wall. I will do like I did at my house. I will do the hole in the wall at the very base of the wall. And then I run all the cords up the wall. And then you can create like a small, it's like a little opening. And you can put like this little piece.
You mean another hole in the wall.
Another hole in the wall. It sounds better. You put this like little facial and it doesn't look like a hole. But then all your cords come out there, and then you don't have it's all hidden.
I mean, as long as it's approved by your manager, of course.
Approved. Yeah. When I move in with the next place I move into, the manager will be this one.
Right. So it has to be approved. I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm actually okay with that. Funny thing with me is when I got my Bose speakers, and I didn't want to drill through the wall to do that, so I got just little, those little holders that you can kind of put and cover them, and then painted the color of the wall, so you can barely even see it.
You look at that to where Dabs is coming to Canada.
Yes, he is, honey. Yes, he is.
I'm working on it. On it.
Damn pandemic.
Yeah, it's been slowing us up.
We would have been married by now.
Yeah.
Last
Well,
week,
maybe
probably.
it's giving me time to think about this.
Oh, for
That's
Christ's
what I think it is.
That's not what you want to say. That was not what you wanted to say.
Yeah, you should, man. The guy your age, you shouldn't have done that. You're messing with a Canadian chick.
No,
Look. So much. You know, women keep count with stuff.
Yep.
So the second you show up, it's gonna be like, hey, remember this one day on September 18th at 2:45 p.m. East Pacific time. This is what you said. And then remember back in August, and then and you know what? This is for the next future hits.
And you know what? And it's going to be at the time that you have your pants down and you're going, honey,
Wait.
that's the playtime.
I usually ask.
September 18th.
You guys might find this weird, but I'm more like a dude about stuff like that. I don't care. I know
Just
it's
slap
fun.
Punch him in the
You
face.
just thwack them in the
So
nuts. and
instead
let
of
'em go.
one of these, it's gonna be one of these.
Yeah.
It's saving up for a better honeymoon, really. There you go. There's your get out of it.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried.
No.
I got skills.
Just like to say congratulations, Blue.
Did he just say that you got skills? Yeah, I heard you could throw that knife around.
I did. Yeah, I tossed that knife pretty hard. So yeah, I'm looking towards going to. You know, to be nice is that I'll be able to go skiing, and I won't have to go very far.
We have a hill
Because
right
right now, I have to go pretty far. I have to go like 3 hours or 4 hours to go skiing.
Honestly,
And,
we're
like,
2 blocks away from the hill.
Yeah, her hill. When you drive out at the end of the driveway, there's a hill, and I was like, "What's that?" And I saw like this thing. She goes, "Oh, that's the ski lift." I'm like, "Right there?" She goes, "Oh yeah, you just drive up the hill and you get right on the ski slope." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Right there."
I got 2 blocks from my house too.
Yeah, we're close enough. He can just put his skis on his shoulder, walk over, and get on the left.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna
Yeah.
be fun.
Oh, next! I can't wait to see you. That's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, I got a little baby ski hill with a ski lift, like 2 blocks from where I live too.
That's awesome. Hey, by the way, do you drink? Oh, thank God. Okay,
Hold on.
Not a lot.
Yeah,
I'm a
I'll have
lightweight.
some more whiskey.
Well, then it looks like I'm going to have a long bike trip down to where you guys are.
Damn right. you are.
Hey, Jug, I don't know if you heard, but so Blue earlier was saying that they gotta plan something when Butch gets up there to go down to the next level.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if that's gonna happen, I'm definitely gotta fly out there too. So we all gotta coordinate this.
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious. And plus, we are at some point, boys, planning a UK trip. Just so you know.
Cool.
Yeah.
I would be down for that.
Well, we had it that next level was coming up here, but plans changed and he couldn't come.
It was crazy. There was a new airline company that was flying out your way, and the tickets were dirt cheap. And I was waiting for my girlfriend to get the okay from work, and by the time she got the okay, all the packages were sold. And I was like, "Damn it!"
Doug, you know he just really doesn't like you, and he just made that whole excuse up right now.
I mean, Jug is a pretty scary guy, and I'm not that tall. I didn't want to be looking up to him like.
You know,
I'm only 6 foot.
On the UK trip, don't forget to look everybody up when you get over here.
oh yeah, you guys are coming. I mean, Jesus, this might sound mean, but your country's so goddamn small that it's a pretty easy trip for everybody. Here in Canada, if I said, "Hey, we're going to Toronto," like Jug's like, "Oh, Christ, Jug, where are you?"
He's in the middle. Saskatchewan. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like days away.
He's the days away.
But UK, like we'll hit right in the middle, and then you guys walk up to it.
Yeah, that'll be
We're gonna
great.
be at. If we go to the UK, it's like, hey, we're gonna be at this pub.
Yeah.
Don't come to the UK; it sucks.
Hey.
And we got friends in
Seriously.
Scotland. Once again, is 3 hours
Yeah,
away,
it's
or an hour away,
definitely
depending on where we land.
All right. So hey, if you guys want to try some new Crown Royal, this Crown Royal Peach,
He's in love with it.
Crown Royal Peach is actually quite delicious.
Really?
Delicious.
Bottoms up.
I would drink, but I'm getting on my bike.
Just
Are
a hint,
you at work
hint of
right now?
peach on the beginning.
Jug, are you at work right now?
No.
You got
Yeah,
that
usually-
clock behind you. Is it school?
Pardon me?
You at school?
Am I
No,
at
he's
school?
at home. He's at
I'm
home.
at home.
He's at home. I can tell by the background because he has like
with the clock, behind your head.
Yeah, the clock that never changes. It's always at 5 o'clock, and then over here somewhere is my vacuum cleaner hose.
He normally has like some coats or something when he's at work.
Oh,
There's like some hooks behind him.
Well, no, that's when I was at the university. I'm no longer with the
Okay.
university.
Oh, I didn't realize.
see, that's where I thought you were right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I decided to try a different venture on working, and then COVID hit, and they couldn't bring me back. So right now, I am actually doing manual labor. Back to doing.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that, pal.
No, nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with that. That's why you guys look at me. Look at my size. I love lifting. So my very first day, I hand bombed. So moved with my hands and a shovel, almost 40,000 pounds of concrete and gravel.
You beast.
That's what we had to do.
Yeah. Dabs whipped me out of the bed the next day.
That's true. story.
Well, I'm not going to lie. It was 9 years of sitting on my ass at the university, College of Medicine. Then I get out there and my very first day, okay, we're going to be doing this and swinging a sledgehammer. And all I could think about is, oh, geez, I don't have much of a grip anymore. That sledgehammer go flying. I'll end up hurting somebody or that. No, but it's work. So
And getting older sucks. I mean, shit aches that shouldn't ache, but it does.
yeah. Oh man, yeah. You. I'm not as old as the butcher there.
Yeah,
I think you're a year or two older than me.
Yeah, I got a few. It's and I tell you, the harder and harder it gets. To be honest, and even with me, I mean, I lift cases of meat, but it does. It's definitely feel it more than what I used to.
Sorry, I just heard Rain Man in there. Definitely.
10 minutes to Wapner. 10 minutes to Wapner.
So how long's the show been going now? How many years have you been doing this?
3.
Like 3, because I took like a long, major break in there, and like I would do a show like once a month, and then now I got regular, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try to stay, even if I have jack shit to talk about, and I'll try to invite people, and if people show up, because I got it. To me, it's more create that people get that consistency. And they're like Friday, because people say Friday at 5 that Dabs is gonna have a show, and it's like that's when people come and I see the same people on the side chat each Friday, and I love to have those same people jump in and to say, hey, I'm watching and we're learning, and hopefully I give them a little bit of a knowledge try. So we'll see.
Yeah, but sometimes there were days where there wasn't much going on, or I was coming to visit and you didn't have shows.
Yeah. And I even had shows over here.
Something going on. How many add-ons have we seen come and go over the past 3 years, do you reckon? So
God. I know it was funny. Last night I was asking the butcher, I was like, can you name 100? And he's like, I don't know about 100, probably 50.
Well, I could probably name 100. Yeah.
Episode 1 is dated the 1st of September 2016.
2016, wow.
Kodi Matters episode 1. It's 4 years.
Oh my God.
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah, 4 years. Wow, that's and it's like I said, if you go back, and I did like the round table stuff, and and I think I'm up to 750,000 views ish, 800,000, and I want to get to 1 million views, not for any type of monetary, because to be honest, Dabs gets, honestly, if I get a check from YouTube once every 8 months, I'm lucky, and it's like, well, I don't care. But it's like a milestone to be able to get that 1 million.
Yeah.
It would be cool to get 1 million, and maybe they'll send me the placard. Maybe they won't. I don't know. Rojas, did you get a placard at 1 million? Because I know he's got a million.
What? You got a million
views.
You mean 100? It's 100,000 subscribers when you get a plaque.
I thought it was 1 million views.
No, it's based on subscribers.
Oh, Jesus, I'm never getting there.
So 100,000 subscribers, you get a plaque.
Shop now. We're closing. I'm at 10K.
What's the point?
You do get another plaque when you hit 1 million subscribers.
No, I thought it was 1 million views.
No.
Whatever.
Hey, you know what? We'll make you a plaque. How about that? We'll make you a plaque.
Yeah, make me a plaque. Put it on the wall right back here.
He deserves one.
Hey, Jugs, so I need you to go get one of those 500-pound rocks, and I need you to.
Okay.
Sweet.
Aw,
It looks like he eats them.
cute, eh?
He looks
Hey, I'd be nervous. Jug, that man. I don't know if I'd be playing. I'd be like, yeah, it's all good. Yeah, but your
That's a
political
lizard
belief.
Gallagher.
That's
Maybe
why you
like
need him on your side.
maybe like this political belief for what? I'm like, yeah, you're right. You are right.
Right. You are right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Whatever you say.
No, the
You're on
rumor
point.
says, or the legend has it, that the Juggernaut can run from one end of Saskatchewan to the other, and you can see him coming all the way from the other side.
All the way from the other side. Yeah.
Look at all right. So Bob says I can buy one of those YouTube buttons. All right. All right.
Thank you,
So
Bob.
Connor. All right. So
Where?
Connor has it.
Where?
So all right. So I want to say this. Connor has asked this twice. I'm sorry, Connor, that we were talking. So Connor wanted to know about the best movie TV show APK. Now it isn't it was APK earlier. So I would go to Next Level and Rojas, and maybe even Kodi apps, because you guys all use APKs. I dabble in them. So any thoughts on those guys?
Yeah, I think obviously TV Zion's gone down now, but there's still plenty of APKs out there. There's still the old Terrarium clones going on, but they're struggling a bit with APIs at the moment. So there's a lot of changes going on with them. But the most reliable ones at the moment seem to be B, Cinema, I think Nova. I think that's another one. But I'm personally seeing a lot of people switching to sites, direct sites. My traffic says so. People are moving to sort of streaming sites direct. You touched on a couple of TVAddons earlier that scrape sites. Well, a lot of people are starting to switch on to this, and they are going more and more direct to these sites. I'm seeing the numbers on dark web streams reflect that, and I think people are getting smarter. They're getting more sophisticated. They're using Real-Debrid more, and they're getting on torrent sites and using Real-Debrid to download the torrents and cast into the TVs. And I think the trend, personally, I feel that the trend is going more back that way and swinging away from APKs as of late, particularly with the recent heat as well. But that's what I'm finding anyway.
Okay. Rojas, what's your thoughts?
Well, the Kodi is still my go-to. I think we've talked about this before, Butch, where you say find whatever's most comfortable to you. Whatever you like the most. But when it comes to APKs, there is a bunch of them. It sucks that Zion is gone. It definitely sucks. But I'm gonna check out Cinema HD because a lot of people were comparing the two, like how good those two were. I've been a fan of Cyberflix for a while, and then Nova. I know there's some other ones that are pretty good. When it comes to if I would have to choose one or the other, I think with Kodi, the good thing about it is that it's one spot. You could download all these different add-ons, keep the ones that you like, the ones that you don't like, just uninstall them. But you could just go to that one spot and it's all there. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Next Level. What you think, Bob?
So there's a lot of different kind of APKs out right now. Definitely, it's always recommended to get a Debrid service, Real-Debrid, All-Debrid, Premiumize. I mean, you can still get by if you don't want to use those. Some of my favorite scraping apps right now is obviously Cinema HD and MediaBox. MediaBox just updated recently, and its autoplay is working really well, especially if you have Real-Debrid. One of the things with MediaBox is that it actually has a kids mode in it. Obviously, not everything's going to be 100%, kid friendly, but it's got that kid mode that you don't find a lot of other APKs. So it's working pretty good. Out of the TTV clones, the Terrarium clones, the ones that I prefer, if you prefer to use the Terrarium clones, I like Typhoon. That's been my favorite.
Yeah,
the developer is pretty active on fixing his APIs and his coding, and he actually joins some of the Telegram groups as well, so he's pretty active. One-click play apps, so those are the ones that aren't scraping for sources. Right now, in my opinion, the best one is Zinni TV, and they just added Tracked and Real-Debrid. So that's
Which one was that? Sorry, I missed that one, mate. What was that one?
Zinni TV.
Zinni TV.
Okay, yeah.
So Zinni TV is pretty good. Usually I recommend if they're looking for anime, because TV Zion was pretty good for anime. I recommend the classics like Crunchyroll and Fire Anime. Those are two solid apps that have been around for ages and they work pretty good. And then the last one that I recommend is checking out the Watched app. So the Watched app, everyone's talking about it now. You download it, you install it, and then you enter hoohoo.to, and that pulls all kinds of sources. It pulls live channels as well too, and it's working really good. It kind of reminds me of you guys remember Coco Time?
Yep.
So it kind of reminds me of Coco Time, but Coco Time, I've checked them out. They've been dead for a while, so definitely check out Watched if you can. So it's like an application that has add-ons, and you add the add-ons through URLs. And so far, the only add-on or URL that I've found so far is hoohoo.to. I don't know if more are going to be created or if there's more out there, but right now it's working pretty good.
Link us up someone with all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely that Watched app. I've never heard of that. Or
That's new to me.
Yeah, Watched app is good.
Zen is hot.
Yeah.
It's
And
pretty
especially if
good.
they added Real-Debrid and Tracked. There's not a lot of one-click play applications that have track in it, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And again, Kodi Apps pays attention to what's hot. He's like, yeah, that's hot. Yeah, it's being paid attention. Hey, Cosmix joins the show. Thanks for joining in, Cosmix.
You all right, guys?
What's up?
And if anybody remembers Cosmix, all right, so
Everybody remembers.
What's up,
well,
Cosmix?
some of our newer people may not remember Cosmix from Phoenix. A humongous a person in Phoenix, and had a lot of stuff, and he's works behind the scenes on a lot of different things.
Yeah, he's my son.
Yeah.
So we now have a fusion god and goddess on.
What was that? What was that, Vander?
We now have a fusion god and goddess on.
Yeah.
Fusion.
Yeah, you got some old school folks up in here. So yeah, it's great to have.
It sounds really funny, old school folks. Old school, yeah, but he's a baby. He's a little baby.
Well,
Your baby.
Yeah, baby.
I know that I've messed around with APKs only because, and I've mentioned it, that I have a lot of here lately. I've had a lot of friends that are bringing me Fire Sticks and bringing me devices and saying, fix this, set this up. Over the last few months, it's like, it seems like almost every week that I have people bringing me devices. Where I would usually do it for my friends, not a problem. Now it seems like it's like boom, boom, boom. And I don't know if it's COVID or people stuck at home or cutting the cord. I don't know which it is. And then I started messing around with APKs because I told that in the Next Level show, I actually started talking about, I started to install Zion on people's devices because I'm like, oh, this looks good. And I tried it out. It works really well. And I was like, oh, this works really good. So I installed it and then they went down. So I messed around. I did like, not the cinema. Oh, shoot. And I did the name just, all right. So Cat and Mouse seems like it's a bit slow. BTV. I did try BTV, which did okay, pulling results. Cinema HD, to me, I found 4K results. Now, I put my Real-Debrid information in both of them. So my Real-Debrid information was in both APKs. Cat and Mouse and Cinema pulled almost the same thing. So I was like, okay, that's pulling almost the same results. But BTV was pulling lower results for whatever reason. BTV seemed to be a little quicker on how it responded. But that was just non-scientific and just screwing around with me sitting here, and I open an app and I just search for Mulan or whatever.
You know, at the end of the day, all you really need is one working link. As long as the link works for you, it's good. But every APK comes with its own bonus. So BTV, I usually recommend to people that are looking for South Asian content, because in the settings, you have an option to turn on Bollywood content. So if you have, friends that are looking for South Asian content, even though you can search in any APK for Bollywood content or, South Asian content, the way it's displayed is not the same as, BTV. So I usually recommend that application for people looking for that certain amount of content, just like how I would recommend checking out MediaBox HD for kids content when it's working.
Yeah. I used to use FreeFlix, and then now months ago I quit using FreeFlix, and this is months ago when I was just I'm not an APK. I'm not an APK guy. I'm a Kodi guy, just up front. And I was messing with it, and it was always updating. It was always slow, and it was just to me it was too much work. And I'm like, you know what? This is if APKs to me should be very easy to use for a new user, because for me an APK is for someone that is cutting the cord and they're a newbie. They have they look at new Netflix and they've had their cable, and so I want to give them something easy. FreeFlix tended to not give me the results I wanted, so I moved away from that. And I messed with BTV, and I was like, today when I looked, I'm like, why are my results so much lower than some of these other things? To me, ads drive me crazy. So that's one of the reasons why I tend to stick to more Kodi stuff, because I don't see ads. I don't see commercials. There's a takeaway. So you figure out which ones. If you want ease, APKs are great, but you're going to see some ads. Kodi, a little bit harder to use or a little bit more work, but you don't see ads. So if you have a Debrid service with both of those.
Could I ask the panel? We're talking a lot about Real-Debrid, and presumably everybody on the panel has probably got Real-Debrid. Is anybody using the Real-Debrid app? I mean, I personally, for ease of use, I'm on my mobile phone. I'm on a magnet site, and I'll just copy that magnet info straight into the Real-Debrid app, which I've also got on my Shield as well. Are people not using that sort of avenue to get something up onto their screen quick, or is that just a niche thing that I'm only using?
I don't even have Debrid.
Well, okay.
Oh my gosh.
That's because he's watching porn all day. You don't need friggin' RD for that.
That's right.
That is true. True statement.
If you've got Real-Debrid, all I'm saying is, get the Real-Debrid app on your phone and maybe on your on your TV device as well, and you'll be ad free, and it's very, very quick. Just another option. Obviously, Kodi's out there, APKs are out there, direct streaming's out there, all the rest of it. But if you've got Real-Debrid, get the Real-Debrid app.
Okay, but this is Real-Debrid app in Kodi, right? Not an actual app on like an Android.
No, it's an Android app as well. You get it off APK time, yeah.
It's its own APK. Yes.
Yeah, use it. Play with it.
Premium Eyes has one too.
And the now, playing the devil's advocate on that, you have to go to a site to grab the magnet link and then drop it into your Real-Debrid.
Yeah, exactly that.
Which is not hard.
Copy and paste. It's not new. It's not a new thing.
Yes, and it is possible but for people that, and it does, because I use the Real-Debrid mod on in Kodi, and it's not that, because it'll actually look at your torrents, the things that you've added into your torrents or your list, and it makes it very easy now that Kodi or that RD thing. It does work. People have to take that one extra step. But one of the things you said earlier about the direct links, the direct sites, again, we have different levels of people that are learning.
But people are getting more sophisticated. I'll guarantee you that.
They are. Yes, they are. And they're getting from these people that are just like early cord cutters want an APK. First, they want free. Then they figure out that free's not cutting it. And so they decide they got to get some type of Debrid service, whichever one they decide to get. And then they find out that it works better. But like you said, you can use, if you go one more step, you can actually find the actual exact content you want, which doesn't take very long, and copy and paste that into an APK for the Real-Debrid APK. Put it in there, and boom, you're watching exactly what you wanted, the exact content, the quality, if it's 5K or 5.1 or 7.1, exactly what you want instead of you waiting for it to scrape. So
I've been doing that, Todd, for 15 years with Newsgroup.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's come back full circle as well, fam.
Yeah. And you go back to Newsgroups. All right, so Newsgroups was before all this stuff happened. You go back to Newsgroups, and now I've done a couple of videos on Newsgroups, and I know Next Level Text has some videos on Newsgroups, and you get to that. Or you haven't? All right.
No.
So, all right. So I think Penn, one of the YouTube followers, he's done some Newsgroup stuff, and people it's first a full circle about how you go back to some of this stuff that we used years ago, and it actually works really well now.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say one thing before I go and I forget. I want to give a happy birthday to Penn. Tan on here is Foe. So Tan, I want to give a happy birthday to Tan because it's his birthday today. So I would give you a whole bunch of birthday spankings, but I can't go down south where you are because you're just getting over the hurricane. And I would come if it wasn't for the hurricane. Not really, but. So yeah. So good on Newsgroup. I mean, I remember when Newsgroups were free from my ISP. They offered it free, and then I think my ISP is like, wait a minute, and they actually made it to where they wouldn't let me use it, and so I had to pay for a service, and you can get some of them.
I pay €30 a year and get a free VPN included.
Yep.
With a company called Tweak News.
Tweak News. I've not heard of that one.
They've got US and UK. I mean, the reason I've gone with them is they don't suffer the takedowns as much as the big boys. Yeah, your Giga News will have a takedown straight away, pretty much. But
yeah, I think right now I have Easy News, which one of the big boys. I signed up for them and did the one, I can't remember, what was it, $30 for 2 years or $50 for 2 years, whatever it was. I signed up for that, and it works well. But the thing about with Newsgroups, so the DMAC, ACE, Motion Picture Association, will force them to take down certain parts of that. So sometimes when you're downloading something, you'll see that it doesn't finish. So sometimes you'll see guys that say, well, I have a Newsgroup, but I have 2 Newsgroups because I have to finish what can't finish. So it's like 80% of it finished, but 20% needed. And so you'll get like this supplemental. And that's the give and take of being, if you're going to use Newsgroups. Debrid, premiumized, all Debrid, the three big Debrid service,
miles better.
You can't beat them for the price. Even premiumized, and people bitch about the price of premiumized. You can't beat it. I'm sorry. I mean, premiumized is having issues today or yesterday. The last couple of days they've been having issues. So people are like, oh, they've been sucking. Well, they've had maintenance issues, and they posted that they were having issues. But great service on a normal. I mean, you can't count 2% of the time when they're down 2%. Okay, fine. You're going to have that with anything. You're going to have that with if I pay Time Warner or Spectrum or Comcast or Bell for you guys up north. I mean, there's going to be downtime. So that's going to happen.
I'd also add to that, if you've got a VPN, just to chuck it into the mix, don't forget good old torrents. If you've got a VPN, torrents, you'll still get the best possible links out there. And any add-on or APK that's tapping into these cached torrents that seem to have cropped up over the past 12 months, brilliant. Love those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. One of the things I tell people about the Debrid services, if you're a fan of some older content, even some of the daytime stuff, you want to test all 3 of the Debrid services, because sometimes you'll find one of the Debrid services will find that really hard to find content than the other ones. But it's all, kind of depending on what you're looking for. So depending on the content you're looking for, you might have to choose one of the other Debrid services. So you might have to just get a 1 month trial of each one, figure out what's important for you to watch, and try out as many of the different add-ons and different APKs and see what pulls the content you're looking for. Because generally they're all going to pull the mainstream stuff. They're going to find the popular stuff. But in the crunch, what you're looking for is that hard to find stuff. That's when you're going to have to test out which one works best for you.
Well, and the same thing goes for when, if you're trying out, services like anywhere from Real-Debrid, Premiumized, Link Snappy, any of those ones like that. It goes the same way with for Newsgroups. Newsgroups, you know, that you take a look at their retention time, like for how long. I think Dabs, you said Easy News you have or something.
Yeah.
I think they're 3,000 or 4,000 days for their binary. Then you got, I think it's 3,000. But then you have also ones like Easy News has their rollovers, because you're limited on your gigs. You can have rollovers, so whatever you don't use rolls over. You know, take a look at things like that if you are going to be using things that use news groups and things like that. But as people know, and people on the panel here and stuff like that, because I do a lot of stuff with like the seed boxes and Plex and stuff like that, is I'm still, if I had to recommend one over the other, not having your own copy, is the Real-Debrid or Premiumized services in APKs. First off, it'd be Kodi, but it seems like a lot of people are moving away from Kodi, which I guess I find it disheartening because I love Kodi. So,
oh, that's good news. The more people we have drift off to APKs and direct streaming, the less heat's going to be on Kodi, and you know, and we've got to love that, you know. We all Kodi is it's our passion, it's our hobby. It's what sucked us, a lot of people, into the scene, and the creativity that goes behind that and drives people, from the skinners, from the builders, from the add-on developers. So the less heat and eyes that are on Kodi, the better. The more people are on APKs, great.
And for those who like to, you know, you say we use everything like I do, from Kodi to APKs to Plex to whatever they are, you can do it all from within Kodi. Everything.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of people involuntarily started using more APKs than Kodi, because there was a lot of groups that have been shut down. There's a lot of stuff that you can't say on YouTube. So just out of the sheer marketing, it's a lot easier to find out about APKs versus builds and add-ons. So,
but the thing is, though, guys, when you think about it logically, not as much heat on Kodi, but they're all using the same upload sites.
Mm-hmm. Sources. This comes from the same source.
Which is what I was saying earlier. You know, I'm seeing a trend. More people are getting more sophisticated. They're going, they're skipping the middleman and going straight to the sites now.
And that's Kodi apps. If you go back and watch, or you don't even have to watch my video that we had when I had Kodi apps on a couple episodes ago, when he created the Dark Apps website. And it has listed the direct sites that you can actually go to get the content if you're wanting to skip the middleman.
And that's why I built it. Yeah,
it gives you another tool in your arsenal. This isn't about one thing is going to fix everything. No, you need to have several tools and several options. And if you have several options, you know what? You're going to be able to get the content you want. And again, when we talked about torrents, one of the things about torrents, and some add-ons do this and some add-ons don't, and it depends on the settings. Some add-ons will say cached torrents only. So let me explain that for a second. So what cached only torrents is, all right, DJ, thanks, bud. Sorry.
No, it's me. I got to run.
All right. Well, I won't. Wait, I saw both of you guys. So Next Level, thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, man.
DJ, thanks for joining. Sorry.
Hey, I'm not going anywhere. I was just saying goodbye to Next Level. Yeah, great, bud.
All right. So, hey, Next Level, thanks for joining us.
Enjoy the rest of your show. Thanks for having me.
We'll see what happens.
See you later.
Later, Jesus.
Tried to kick me off, Todd.
No, not you, bud.
I know I'm quiet in the corner.
No, you're good. So one of the things with this is that cache torrents, and this is a setting either in your add-on or in your resolve URL, and sometimes it's ticked and it's cache torrents only. What that means is that file is already on the server, on your whatever Debrid service you're using. It's already there. It's already on the cloud. So if you have it checked cache torrents only, what that means is it goes through and looks on their cloud, and if it's not there, it skips it. It says, whoop, next, until there's one that's already there. If you uncheck that, you may have to wait a little bit, depending on how many seeders there are, but that file will actually upload to the cloud, and then you'll be able to watch it. And other people will be able to watch it too, because it's on the cloud for a certain period of time. Nobody knows what that magical time is. But so that's the difference about what cache torrents means. The cloud has it. Whatever Debrid service you're using has it.
So in other words, if you're watching some obscure something or other, and you don't see links for it, maybe you should turn on being able to cache it, because you're then allowing it to go up to the server yourself, so that extra couple seconds you take to do that means somebody else can watch it.
Right. You're exactly right. And that's, we talked about that way back when cache torrents was being turned, it was like on Resolve URL added it as a feature, a check. And we talked about that. We said, why would you leave that checked or unchecked? And I'm like, well, if you're thinking about the community, you would say uncheck it, because then you're uploading that file to the cloud. Someone else down the road would not have to wait, because it would already be there.
You're doing everybody a favor in the community by doing that.
And so you have to, that may be a thing you guys need to watch for if you're using add-ons, or I don't know. I'm sure APKs look for cached stuff, because I don't think I've ever seen an APK tell me to wait. I don't know. Rojas, have you ever seen that, or Kodi apps?
There are direct, there are torrent APKs out there. Make no mistake.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I've never seen it say, "All right, waiting for it to." Because
they are out there.
You see it saying waiting.
No, but you're saying waiting for it to cache.
Yeah, to cache. So it would actually. So
do APKs have the same settings that Kodi add-ons do? Like when you go into them, can you? Is there a possibility they have that? Where
to be fair, they're not as sophisticated as the Kodi add-ons. I think the developers. So think a little bit more. No, I think they cater for a bit more, a few different types of people. Where I think APKs are more after the Netflix crowd. To be quite blunt about it.
So in other words, if it's not cached, there are things they won't be able to get.
Right.
Yeah, I think if you particularly want something specific and you've got a niche thing that you're into, I don't know, clown sex, for instance, you're probably more likely to find it on Kodi.
Look, all of a sudden,
what we're talking about?
Yeah, okay, you all woke up there, didn't you? What?
What
was that?
Clown sex? I've got links for that. Hold on.
Is that one word or two words?
.com.
So that would be an issue and I've seen that in numerous things. I know that when people use certain add-ons, some add-ons just don't look for non-cached. And I know with Shadow, people bitch, well, why do I find that in Saren or Gaia or whatever, and I don't find it in it? Well, because Shadow will filter that out. You'll actually see results, and then it filters it out. So it filters it out for numerous reasons, but non-cached is a filtered reason. I know that numerous other add-ons, you can go into Resolve URL settings. It's a checkbox, and you can check it. Hey, Jim, do you guys... All right, so this goes back to Cosmics and to Blue and Fanerific, the good old mashup days.
Yeah, that was before both of our times.
No, that was right. You guys are like... maybe Cosmics. Cosmics.
No, Cosmics came in later. And actually, we came in later. Mashup was Val and the new Pirate Bay and Crusader. That was Mashup. And friggin' what's his name? Jackass. I can't remember.
Yeah, what was it? He had the boxes.
Yeah.
Hacker Mill.
Oh, Hacker
Mill. Yeah.
That was Mashup. And then Mashup folded and they started Phoenix. And then I came into Phoenix later, and then Cosmics came in after me.
And then there's a numerous other guys that rolled.
Mashed was a great depth.
Yeah.
Oh, Navix, yeah, for the sport, brilliant.
Navix. All right, so Navix.
I had my own add-on before Phoenix.
I never liked Navix.
Yeah, you did. Well, so Cosmics had his own add-on, and wasn't that one of the reasons why?
I think Cosmics had a fork, if I'm not mistaken, of.
Yeah, basically, I took Phoenix.
Yeah.
Turned it into just my own add-on with just me in it, and I was just doing everything. And then from that, I just thought, what's the point of me doing this when I could just do it with them? So that's how it happened, really.
Well, and then the thing is too is that I pushed to have him in because not only just for content wise, but because he was obviously a new dev, and I thought he could learn a lot from Lambda at the time. Like
yeah, and I did learn a lot in that time. So
And that's the part about people don't understand when we've talked about numerous times on this show. We've talked about passing the baton, and you have the older people that've been doing it a while, and they know and they do, and then you bring in somebody new and they like show them some stuff. You show them the ropes, and then I don't want to say old timer, but the person that's more veteran leaves, and you're passing the baton to the next person, and that's how.
Yeah, except that wasn't a nice, easy retirement. That was a get the fuck out.
Well, yeah, but yeah, and that was kind of it was an abrupt thing, but that's how this has evolved over years of open source.
to make it clear, I was never involved in saying get the fuck out.
Well, no, but no. Well, he was. I mean, again, all right. So the code that was in there, TVA had no other option at that point, and I think also Lambda was at the point of he was burned out. I would.
No, I honestly, this is what I think happened. First of all, Adam knew everything that was going on in TVA, everything, because he had his fingers at every pie. Remember, I told you we had a group that was just for Phoenix because we thought we don't want to. Lambda was in this other group with Adam and us, and then we had our own private group, just the playlisters, because we pissed and moaned and bitched at each other all the time, and we didn't want that in the other group, like the infighting and the bullshit that was going on. And Adam was pissed that we had another group that he was not in. Like, he had his fingers in all the pies. He knew exactly what was going on all the time. All his devs, all his playlisters, all his everything. So Lambda got, apparently, from what I knew, Lambda got threatened by this guy. So I think he didn't know what else to do. So he basically wrote some bad code to kind of, to get the guy back. And it backfired into this horrendous thing. And instead of Adam saying, yeah, we knew, which of course he wouldn't, he said, oh, we knew nothing about it, or I knew nothing about it. And then Lambda got tossed to the fucking wolves.
Well, to be fair, you can't go about DDoSing websites.
No, I get that, honey, but I think if you hadn't known him, he was honestly one of the nicest people I've ever met.
I'm sure, and it is a legend, isn't he? Let's be honest about it.
I don't think he was really when he did it. Like, I think he was thinking, like, fuck this guy knows my address. He's threatened me. Like, he just kind of panicked.
I get that.
Well, that was the beginning of the end.
It started with a joke as well, because I think one of us actually said as a joke, why don't we just add his address? So add his URL to the scrapers, and then next minute it was actually done, and the update was pushed, and we was like, what's just happened here?
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't an intentional mean. It just was a
revenge, and we're all guilty a bit of revenge from time to time, aren't we? All of us.
Sometimes we think it's going to be the big deal that it turned into. Like, it snowballed into this humongous,
But to his credit, when the code was found, and then he came out right away and said, I did this, and this is the reason why, and because this has driven me to the point to retaliate like that, I'm going to pull myself back, because it changed the way he was.
Exactly, because honestly, guys, he was so nice. I really liked that guy.
Well, the whole reason I stayed was because of that guy, so he must have been a nice guy.
Exactly, because I knew quite a few devs, and a lot of them were cocky pricks, and he was like the opposite. He was my first mid, Todd. To put it in perspective, he was my first mid. He was the first genuine dev who liked sharing, who liked learning, who wanted to teach people. He was one of those. There wasn't a mean bone in his body. So when the backlash came and people were like up in arms about it, I'm like, hey, you guys don't get it. That he he didn't mean that. He had no awful ill intent towards some guy. The guy started it. He retaliated, but he retaliated in a bad way. And I'm willing to bet $1,000 that if he could turn back time, he would be like, oh shit, yeah, no, like I'd never do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when it's the heat of the moment, everybody's done that. You've said
Exactly.
something.
I've told most
In our world, it turns out to be something like that. But
hey, Judd, I've told most of you to fuck off at some point in my life, and I'm over it. Some of you not so much. Some of you maybe.
Yeah. You've had your share, but yeah,
Todd
I do think that
Todd is so polite on his shows. It's unbelievable.
I am.
So and there are times where I want to choke him.
it's because they see now.
Yeah, that is getting old, and I'm half a few beers into this. So, yeah, I will say, I did respect when, and I think Jug said when I did respect when he finally said, you know what? As I got to the point, in any of us that have done add-ons, builds, any of this shit, when you get people don't understand the constant critique of what you're doing.
Nastiness of others. Yeah.
You're critiqued constantly. You're critiqued of what you didn't do or what you didn't add or why did you leave this out? It's constant. You'll get hey, thanks, but you'll get the hey, why didn't you add this show? Yeah. Hey, why didn't you do this? And you're like, people, you're thinking about in the thing. None of us are paid. I mean, I look at the panel. None of us are paid. I'm paid a fraction through YouTube. Rojas is probably paid a fraction through YouTube.
I make nothing.
Yeah, you make nothing. Everyone else is making zero. And when you have to create an add-on, you're doing stuff, and you're constantly hitting, and you're thinking about your add-on every day. People say, well, you only have to think about, you're only working on this once in a while. No, you're thinking about it when you're at work. Yeah. You're thinking about what you need to fix when you get home. Yeah. Or, hey, I need to add this. You're thinking about it. As soon as you get home, let me add this show. And then when you have these people that are hammering you, it does create you to be a little bitter at times. And I completely understood where Lambda got to a point where this guy was threatening him with, hey, I got your address. I got blah, blah, blah. And he's like, F you. I'll show you. And he puts the guy's URL and all into the #1 add-on in all of Kodi. And you know that server was hammered. I mean, every time anyone did a search.
What else was he going to do? You know what I mean? It was only his only way of defense. Yeah. The guy's house.
I mean, right. I mean, it is funny in a way because he hammered that host. And you know that guy got letters right away like, hey, due to overusage of bandwidth, your website has been shut down.
What was amazing as well is it was a beautiful bit of code.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you realize in our community, everybody on this panel and anybody who's watching that, you realize that those who do this either for a hobby or to further their knowledge or anything like that are true people that enjoy doing this. And then those who get to a certain point back off, because this to me is one of the only ventures I'd say that you can get into, whether it be skinning, building, APK development, YouTube channels, creation, podcasts, or anything like that, that small margin of people watching truly appreciate what you do without explanation and understanding compared to those who feel entitled.
Yeah.
And that's where we run into. It's like, I like I said before, I'm not a coder. I can manipulate and I can change and I can work with it if I'm looking at a code. But going to change things like in builds that I've worked on and people messaging me privately and saying, well, this isn't working. Why don't you have this and that? And it's like, well, that isn't, do an explanation. I'm just doing a paint job. What is from an add-on and try to explain it to them. And they're like, well, no, you put it out there. You need to be the one to fix it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you want your money back, dickhead?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, where can I issue your refund? It's www.not-a-chance.
And
you have no money. You're not paying me. I don't charge for anything.
The problem with all the advances in Kodi, like from like back when I started, where it was like there was a few scraper add-ons, very few, and most of them were playlist add-ons, and it was you were happy with what you got. Nowadays, it's like everything's expected. People want a wizard with a build that works all the time. People want add-ons that work 100% of the time. People want a obscure show to have a link for free all of the time. And you know what? It's as much as we've advanced, we've spoiled people so much to the point that it's like, think of it like Netflix. Yeah, you can't get everything on Netflix, but you're still happy with what you have. It's free. It's not costing you anything. Well, Netflix costs, but I mean,
Netflix costs you.
But you know what I mean? In Kodi, like you get all these movies and all these TV shows for free, and you're pissing and moaning about that one episode of some obscure fucking show that nobody has. Like, shut the fuck up and get over it. Like, seriously, find another series. Buy the goddamn DVD.
Well, and they lose the concept of monetary value. Like, you look at those who watch the UFCs and that you watch one UFC, and in Canada it's anywhere from $69 to $100 for one. Okay, so you watch one that you either got through Kodi for absolutely free. You're paying for your internet connection, which roughly now anybody can get from $30 to $80 a month. But you do that once, and that pays for a Real-Debrid service. That pays for if you want to donate to an APK or YouTube channel. Yeah. That one, and there's one every Saturday that people are watching and paying for.
Exactly.
Just that one event. Never mind when there's soccer in the UK. Like football or footy, whatever.
Soccer.
No, real football.
It's football.
It's real football.
Yeah. Real football, and he throws it with his hand. That's
because you actually use your foot.
All right, wait. But, hey, Funster, you were going to say something. I'm sorry. Before after Blue was done.
And hi.
No, I was just messing around. I was not going to say anything.
Oh, that way.
I just got out of bed because I was already sleeping.
Gee, hey, you're willing to get out of bed for us?
What a trooper.
No, I was just thirsty, to be honest.
It's usually people getting in bed.
He was thirsty and he had to pee.
Yeah. It's almost 1 o'clock again, so I got to pee at 1 o'clock. I better get up.
Hey, wait till you get old. Yeah, I've been saying. Hey, you think getting up once isn't bad. Hey, where's Charles?
I got to bed.
Because if Charles was here, I'd be dogging him out because I have to get up to go to work at 3 o'clock.
Up and down really hard on your floor, and he'll be up in 2 seconds thinking you're getting beat up again.
Yeah, do the worm, bro. You'll come running up shirtless.
So what's funny is because I'll talk about having to get up at work at 2:30 or 3:30. Yeah. Some days when I go to work, I get up at 2:30 a.m. or 3:30 a.m. And he'll like, yeah, I heard you taking a shower. I had to go pee. I'm like, pee? I said, that's because you old.
Yeah.
I said, because he's about, I don't think he's quite 10 years. He's close to 10 years older than me. I'm like, that's because you got to fucking pee. I don't have to pee. I'm good. But yeah, once you get older, it only gets worse. The only time I got to pee up in the middle of the night is when I do too many of these, and Dabs will be getting up in the middle of the night because I'm on number 4.
Did he say he was
listening? You stop talking about it.
Huh?
Stop talking about going for a pee.
Yeah, I know. I'm holding off. I'm still holding my water because the first time you go is the worst time because
you're breaking the seal.
Yeah, you're breaking the seal.
You're screwed.
Did you say that Charles heard you having a shower?
He can. Well, he's below me, so if I've taken a shower, he can hear the water.
He's listening outside your door. That's what it is.
When Blue's here, he's like, "Damn, y'all taking a lot of damn showers."
Yes, man, you're using all the damn hot water in the block.
Why the hell is y'all shower run for a half hour? I'm like,
and what was it? Was it last time I came and Todd comes to pick me up? It's like 9 o'clock at night.
God.
Drive an hour away to pick me up, and we get back to his place. I haven't seen him in 6 months, and there's Charles texting him, "Hey, what's going on? What are you guys doing?" Like, hold on, we just got home. I haven't seen him in 6 months. Give me at least half an hour, Charles. Half an hour.
It sounds like someone's getting murdered upstairs. That's right. I'm killing it.
You're not telling it right because we got home, and in the middle, I got a call.
Oh, that was another time.
Then called me, and then I mean, we're not even done, and then Mug's knocking on the door, and I was like, I'm not done. All right, so.
I'd have answered the door bucket hard.
TMI, because we're pretty far in the show. Maybe YouTube's not paying attention. So as people know, men,
I'm loving this.
we're usually a little bit earlier on the whole program. You know, we're a little earlier in the whole program. Women are usually a little later in the program. So, Dabs, I'm okay with my program. Blue's working on her program. And guess what?
You need a bug fix.
And my dog barking.
Did he come in and say pizza delivery?
I swear to God, I could have
My
killed
dog is barking. My dog is barking. And Blue's like, that's it. Forget it.
I'm turning this into a porno.
Man, I would answer that you got to get yourself a box and slip it on there just like that song, Dick in a Box. As soon as you open the door, spin it. Just spin it on there. Just say, Charles, what do you think I'm doing? I'm naked. I got dick on a box.
I think I threatened him after that.
Yeah, she did. She was like, Charles, if you ever come in cock block on me. It was funny. You couldn't have wrote it. The script was, I mean, perfect. I mean, the script was so on point.
Well, and it'd be different if he didn't know you were going to pick me up. And you were coming to see
That
it.
day.
He knew.
Look, Eddie says he needs to see the video. Well, we didn't have a video for that one.
Not for that.
No, I'm going to make it.
So it was great. I mean, you know, but hey, we're way off the topic of our.
I know. Hey, Rob, I know Todd already talked to you about the stuff.
I told her I need the cameras.
You did.
Well, that's what you said. Blue said that you didn't do a show. Yeah, you didn't do a show while she was visiting, but that doesn't mean the camera wasn't on.
Oh, it was. It just wasn't.
Let's not even get into that one.
You'll have an OnlyFans soon.
I didn't like the way the film came out, but I've already talked to
You
Rojas.
didn't like the way the film came out. I didn't like the way the film came out.
Rojas has got me worked out.
I got him covered.
I'm doing 4 angles.
14. Yeah, he's like, yeah, I got cameras that have 4. They have 6. And Todd's like, I'll take 14 in total. I'm going to set them up at every angle. And can I edit it by time? Because, you know, I don't want to miss that.
Yep.
Oh my God. It's like listening to my mum talk about sex.
Jesus. Oh, wait, I forgot. I am your mom.
Yellow card.
I want to listen to your mom talk about that.
Yellow card.
Hey.
Oh, shit.
You can listen to her.
Like
I just don't want to.
I don't want to hear it. Oh, I can't unsee this.
Usually Todd will say, yeah, it's like having Bible study. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Yeah. All right. On that note, the Juggernaut has to go because I got to get on the bike.
My wife.
Jug, thanks for joining us.
Wow.
Thanks for hanging out with me on my 100th episode. You're welcome to join anytime. Hit me up. I try not to spam everybody, to be honest.
I'll do it.
I don't pick and choose. But people that want to join my show, unless I have a specified show, I'm open. But I don't like to feel like I'm pimping myself out to make me feel like a whore when people say no.
And I'll do it.
I don't
After
like
that story, you are a whore.
I don't have a problem with that in some aspects.
Wow, you're gonna pimp him out for $5.
Damn right.
I love you long time.
Love you a long time.
I was waiting on that one.
Some young guy.
Some young guy. All right.
Sorry, Juggernaut.
So,
Steve, good to see you, buddy.
You too. And on that note, congrats on the 100 episodes of what are you calling it? Still calling it Streaming Matters? Yeah.
Streaming Matters. I had to get rid of
the K word out of it.
Yeah. Well, that's I'm glad to see something like this that keeps thriving, keeps going because you know it goes all over the place. As you can see, everybody has a good time no matter what's going on, and a wide variety of people watching and stuff like that. So I like that. Everybody, thanks for watching. Check out everybody's YouTube channels if they're out there. Put them stuff like that. I do it on every show, and every time I'm on a show, and when I go to leave, I say the same thing when I'm on my way out. Today is the only day that's guaranteed. Tomorrow is not. If by chance you're called home by whatever power you hold up high, try not to leave anything negative behind because we are the ones that are left behind to cherish you. So I don't want to think about negative thoughts about somebody that I loved. So reach out, tell everybody that you love them, exactly that you love them. And on that note, the Juggernaut's out. Love, peace, and
love you, Jug.
Love you too.
Yeah, awesome. And again, I will say, so me, Jug, Rojas, we all have YouTube channels. Next Level has a YouTube channel. Follow any of these guys. They all have their own unique content. So I highly suggest you to follow their content. I've been on numerous people's shows. Yeah, babe.
I was thinking about starting a topless ironing program on YouTube. Do you think that'd go over well? Kodi Apps is in. I got my first follower there.
Osmix was in too.
Okay, nice. I got 2. Thanks, boys.
I had to run back to my microphone to turn it on to say I'm in, just in case I missed it.
Do it on OnlyFans instead, you'll make more.
I thought for sure Cosmos was going to go, I don't want to see my mom's tits.
Hey, babe, take it for a second.
I thought it was pictures of kittens or something.
Where'd Butcher go?
Oh, my God. Okay, so who else has new stuff going on that we want to hear about? Anybody? Because I don't.
I don't.
I covered a lot of stuff last week with the Butcher, but I'm just still on my grind as always.
Not busy every day.
Always.
I don't know how you've been doing it for so long, in all honesty.
It's a hobby, it's a passion. It's just something, I've got to get away from the kids and the dogs somehow.
Oh, that's
still on grinder all day long.
That's another story for another channel after I finish with the clown sex.
I got you and your clown sex. I got burned out of Kodi. Just
come on, admit it. Who Googled it?
Yeah, probably. I got burned out though. Just the negativity of it for me. I stopped because I couldn't do it anymore. I had people saying nasty things about me and stuff, and especially people that I've helped for, I spent 5 hours with the guy helping him with his stuff, and then he turned around and said, yeah, she didn't do fuck all for me. And I'm like, oh my God, I just wasted my evening after I worked all day. So anyway, it burned me out. So now I'm into decluttering.
Do you find it funny? Do you look back now and laugh at how petty we used to be about XMLs and the content inside them?
Yeah.
And it's like we would stay up all night to change our URLs or put a block in so no one could use them, the XMLs, try to hide them. But I look at now and I'm just like, why did we even care about that?
Well, you know what? But you know what? You know why though? Because back then, when you built an XML for, say, a TV show, say you picked Smallville, you built all the meta for every episode for 20 seasons at 25 episodes a season, adding in multiple URLs to get it to work, and then the sites would go down and it would die. And you'd spend like a week doing one TV series. So when you did like months of work for something and then somebody else took it, said, hey, pick up my stuff.
After the first time, though, we still continued to care, just knowing people were still going to do it. We always knew it was going to happen again and again and again. And that's why it kind of become like, ugh,
Well, that's where scrapers came in, and it became easier where you had, you put in a track list and Mid would make something where you could pull the entire track list and build all those shows and all those episodes in seconds. Then I didn't care anymore. When I was spending a week doing one series, I kind of cared of it. Because it would be like, what? Some guy'd steal it and you'd be like, well, what's the big deal? It's on the internet. The big deal is you didn't fucking do anything for it.
Well, the big one for us was anonymous, if you remember that.
Yeah.
Anonymous.
He was grabbing everybody's list.
Oh Christ, yeah. Yeah, for me, it was. I just spent all this time and you took it and pretending it's yours now. Like that made me mad. And actually, I think that's why I left though, because I got a little tired of doing all this work for somebody else to take credit for it. And I'm glad I'm out now. I mean, when it came to builds and stuff, you can have that. Go nuts, take it. But yeah,
hey,
it was hard.
Hold on a second.
I care about the sport stuff.
Rojas is getting ready to roll out. Rojas, thanks for joining. Thanks for everything you do. Follow Rojas. He does a lot of tech reviews. He does. I mean, he covers a gambit of stuff that he does. Very knowledgeable. Follow him. He does.
And he's
really
got
good.
all kinds of video cameras for fun.
See you later.
Thank you for the bet, because Next Level looks pretty damn cute with his shaved off stuff.
Hey, it would have been. Well, it was either that or it was going to be a bald Rojas.
Yeah, it was going to be a bald Rojas.
Really?
Yes,
that was the bet.
What?
That was the bet.
If Toronto lost.
Oh my
No,
god!
Toronto won. I'm sorry. If
won.
Toronto won, he'd have been bald right now.
Yeah, but you would have benefited, Rojas. It would have hid the grey hair.
It would have. For sure. You see that salt and pepper?
Yeah, it's not even that bad. That's not salt and pepper that much.
I'm an older woman, but all my entire life I love men with salt and pepper. I think that's sexy. HT, a little mystery.
Little mystery.
Yeah, nothing to be embarrassed about there. Todd's finally starting to get gray hair.
I'm grey.
Like 80.
I don't worry about it.
Yeah, and don't. Women don't. Women actually like it.
So anything you want to before you roll out, Rojas? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Congrats on the 100th episode on Stream Matters. Pretty cool. And yeah, I know we've known each other for a long time, so it's pretty cool that you're on YouTube and doing this, and it's awesome. I even though I think a lot of us, what we do is sometimes we're listening and we're watching, even though we're not chatting. But I watch a lot of the stuff. There's a couple times that I'm like, man, I should have been on that Pass or Play because I've seen those movies already here.
Well, then do it. We'd love to have you.
For sure, I will. But it's good to see everybody here. Fanerific. I haven't talked to you in forever.
Good to see you.
Long time. But good to see everybody here. Hopefully I can get Blue and Butcher on an episode of the Beyond the Streams. We're not going to have multiple cameras in your guys' houses when we do this. We're keeping it. Well, we might have a couple cuss words, but
PG-13.
Am I allowed to swear though? Because sometimes it just sort of pops out.
You're allowed to swear. I want to say it will be rated. Well, I don't know. Cuss words normally is rated R. Is it PG?
I'll try not to then. How about that?
But no, hopefully no nip slips from Butcher.
I definitely can't join you.
But yeah, no, there we go. But definitely appreciate you, and yeah, thanks for having me, and to the next 100 episodes, right?
Thanks. And Rojas, we've known each other a long time, so hey, you and I, all of our friends, we're still doing this. If you think of that circle, Rojas and I, when I think of that small circle, Rojas and I are the only two that are still doing stuff out of all those people. Even Next Level Tech, I guess he still does some videos.
Yeah, some. He don't touch the Kodi stuff though.
No, he's moved on.
Yeah,
he's moved on. So, hey, thanks for joining us, Rojas.
Yes,
no problem. You guys have a good one.
You too.
Catch you later. Have a good one.
Yeah, watch. Check out Rojas, and then he has Beyond the Streams with him and Next Level. Next Level do a joint show, and they do a lot of reviews. They did a review. They did an interview with me. They've done interviews with lots of other people. So
I don't know why they want me on there.
It's more like with me, when I want to have people on, I want to learn the history. I want to have the people that have been doing it a long time. I want to hear about what happened back then, because for me, I love hearing about mashup days. I want to hear about the days when Phoenix was growing and developing. But maybe not every viewer that's watching in the side chat cares about. But when I do a show, it's not to sound selfish, but it's what I care about. I care about that. I want to hear about how you guys were developing code and how you guys were going through these motions. Rojas is the same kind of thought process. It's like he wants to hear about these people that have been doing it a long time. And how did this go from here to here? Because most new people have no idea about Phoenix. No.
Yeah. I know. Seems like a million years ago.
Yeah. And they have no idea. But when people that you or me or Kodi Apps, I don't know how long DJ's been doing it, but of course, Cosmics, or Fanerific has also been around. When we talk about long time, when we talk about Phoenix or we talk about mashup, you're like, I remember that. I definitely remember all of the 4 or 5 of us definitely remember Phoenix and how.
I remember, Kate, like when I started, I think Mashup, was iStream around back then? I think it was.
Yeah.
Probably iStreams and NaviX.
NaviX. I think those
And
were
iLive.
the 3 that I knew the best.
iLive?
iLive. It was like iStream basically, but live stuff.
I don't even remember that.
That would have been later than
that one I missed. That one I missed.
That was the same time as Marshall.
11 when all that happened.
But it is good to me, and I think Rojas is in the same wheelhouse as me, of he appreciates the history of where we were to get where we are now.
My God, we've come a long way. Like
I just used to use ice films. That was the only decent add-on at one point.
Yeah, me too. That was a great add-on.
Yes, it was, and it was only looking at one website.
iStream or iFilm.
I was looking at, yeah, because you were like, you know, and people don't understand that we think of scrapers add-ons. Add-ons used to only look at one particular website.
One site, yeah.
And it would look at that one particular website and pull. And now people are like, well, I see that scraping. And they're like, back when some of those other add-ons, it would be like, it was so much quicker. Well, that's because it's only looking at one website.
Yeah.
It would just pull that list.
Do you remember Mega Upload? That was one of my favorites.
Mega. Yeah. Mega, though, but yeah, you're right. He's still in court.
Yeah.
You know, he's still working through
court. Yeah.
Because they're trying to pull him out of New Zealand to ship him to the U.S.
I remember when his house got raided. Because that was a huge, that was one of the best add-ons you had. Like, it had, everything.
Because he didn't care.
No.
Back then, he didn't care.
A little Asian wife and a bunch of kids and a $1 billion house. And,
Oh, yeah. If you go, what was that movie that they did? I, Kim, or anybody remember?
All that.
That has it's the biography of
Kim.com.
There you go. Kim.com.
Yeah.
Kim.com. If anybody wants to learn about Mega.
Well, then he released it as just a storage thing. I think Mega's still around, eh? As a storage.
Mega is around.
Like a drop-off for, yeah. Okay, guys, is the one in the chat group one from Phoenix? Anybody know?
Who? What? No.
No?
One, no.
He's gone?
The one? No, he's not Phoenix guy. No.
Yeah.
The one? No. The 101? No, he's not Phoenix guy.
Yeah, I've tried messaging him a few times, but
no,
disappeared from about Christmas time this year. I think last time I spoke to him.
Him and I used to battle like crazy. Him and I. He said he was Axo. You guys remember any of you older guys that ever downloaded from Pirate Bay? You remember Axo?
Yeah. Well, he always denied being it to me, but I think he did tell a few people he was.
Yeah, he told us that. I don't know if I believe that.
But he told me he wasn't, so.
I thought he was gay, to be honest, but apparently he had wife and kids. But
you told me he was gay. What? Yeah, throw it out there. All right, so I want to say before we roll, because we talked about some of the other things. One of the add-ons, and I asked for permission to talk about this particular add-on. People complain about Magic Dragon being shut down. So yes, Magic Dragon, it's not shut down, but he's only updating certain things.
Okay, but Magic Dragon disappeared for a while, and then is it now back?
He's back, but he's only updating new releases.
Cool.
So only new releases will he update. I want to say for people that want direct links and you want something that's non-Debrid. Wait, I thought I had it on here. All right, so never mind. All right, so let me back up. I thought I had it on this one, but maybe I had it on my TV.
Portables?
No, it's on my. Hold on. This is all right. So, Babs, have a couple more drinks. You'll be all right. All right. All right.
I thought Magic Dragon was back, but only but only doing Real-Debrid updates.
Yeah, and he's only updating new release stuff.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yes. And so, yeah, Magic Dragon is working if you want new releases or this or that. But one of the guys I've been talking to, and the Ghost add-on, his Ghost add-on porn does work very well.
I actually hit him up, hey, to be on.
For educational purposes.
And he did.
I was checking links. I only do that for checking links.
Todd, I did ask him to come on, and he I just noticed right now he wrote, "Thanks a lot for the invite, but I'm a bit too shy." I said you can always come on with just an icon and speak only when you want, because it's really hard to talk with Dab tonight.
Does he have niche content?
All right, so I'm going to go through and just pull.
He had the word niche, didn't you?
All right, so yeah. So one of the things about this, people complain about, they liked Magic Dragon because of the non-Debrid links and the one-click links. This guy is adding a ton of stuff. So if you're looking for maybe a Magic Dragon option, this may be somewhere that you want to head or to check out. Give it an option. So you see here on the open directories are certain, I don't want to say, there's certain servers that may have anything. So when you go to open directories, it's not part of your normal search. They're totally independent of that. So when you look in open directories, it could be anything, and because it's looking at different servers.
Like we used to use directories for playlists.
Yeah, exactly, directories. But you know how they can come and go. And
I actually felt bad when I realized it was basically some dude's server that we were hacking into.
Yeah. We're linking into it. But this guy's adding links every day, and as I'm scrolling through, these are all one-click links. No Debrid. So if you're wanting an option, and you're like, Magic Dragon used to be my non-Debrid one-click link, this may be where you want to kind of check out, because he does a very good job and he is quite active. And I'm in his Telegram group. He posts, if you go to the open directories, hold on a second. It's a little bit slow only because I'm streaming on YouTube as well as trying to open up this directly link. Normally it pops right up, but it's of course not going to pop up because I'm on a live show. And now I can't get it to do jack shit. But the directories are different servers, and he'll have like directory 1, 2, 3, and then in amongst directory 1, 2, 3, there's several 5 or 6 directories inside of that directory. If that makes sense to most of us that have been doing this a while understand that. But this may be an option, and the only reason I say that is it's an option for people that are wanting another alternative. If you've been used to Magic Dragon, this may be something you want to check out. Maybe it fits you, maybe it don't. But definitely he has content. He is adding it all the time.
It's not an end-all be-all of everything you could possibly think. But if you just would like to click and not have to worry about RD, and more like Netflix where you see what he has and you pick something out of it, then give her. Yeah, he's updating multiple times a day. Like seeing his chat group, his Telegram group, he's updating all the time.
Yeah, and it's again, I'm not going to post the crew repo. You find that on your own. That's on you to figure that out. But it does work. I've messed around with it. Does a very good job. If you follow it again, if you're in his Telegram group and you see I added this, I was like, oh my God. I mean, the man, I feel bad for him because I know what work it takes to get those direct links for non-Debrid stuff and to keep them updated. Blue and Cosmics can relate with when you're creating those direct links. That's a lot of work. And people, I just clicked and it didn't work. But do you know what it took me to get that, and then to add to number 2, number 3, number 4?
Yeah, like a lot of add-ons. First of all, scraper add-ons, and they don't even make their own lists. They are just grabbing, most popular from IMDb or Tracked or whatever. They're not doing anything. They're maintaining the scrapers, which is a big deal, but as far as inputting content, it's not the same as in the old days with like a playlister where they're picking and choosing what they're putting in their XML. And then, having to go search for an actual URL is a big pain in the ass. And they're up and they're down and they're, so this is pretty awesome that if you don't have RD, if you can't afford RD for whatever reason,
Yep.
it may not have everything, but you know what? It has a lot of stuff. So for free, click and go. It feels like Netflix. It's wonderful.
He does a great job.
Yeah.
Check it out. And any add-ons I promote or mention in the show, I get permission before I mention it on the show. I try to be very sensitive because some people don't want to be talked about.
Yeah.
And I asked him about the URL, and once I found out where his repo was, I'm like, fair enough. I know where that. I'm not posting that because I know those people.
You guys have dabs on Telegram, and you're interested in if this guy has a group or something, which he does, and you want to be in that group to find out where to get the URL and stuff. Just take dabs up and.
One of the things. So, Dabunzi. How do you say that? Dabbuns.
The bones.
The
bones, baby. The bones.
The bones. Oh, I kind of like that. The bones.
I don't know. That might not be it. But that's the way
that works out perfect for me because I like it.
Honey, that there's some people out there that think I'm like always talking about sex and always, I'm for that. Give me the bones.
Oh, sit down. Thank you for putting your icon.
I'm pouring you more wine, you bastard.
All right, so. What about getting our URL resolver when it's not an option? All right, so certain add-ons have their own resolver or they have their own modified resolver. So they won't give you. So resolve URL is not my favorite resolver. My preferred resolver would be resolve URL. Done by two different groups. One is done by Cosmics, help me.
Gajal.
Thank you, bud. Thank you. So Gajal does resolve URL. URL resolver is a copy and paste of what Gajal posts or the people that are working on
TVA cloning it, basically.
So if you got an add-on that does not give you resolve URL or URL resolver options, it's because they've probably modified the resolver to fit their needs. Hence, like I would say Shadow. Shadow has its own resolver, so it doesn't give you resolver URL options. So that has to do with that particular add-on. Some add-ons will allow it because they link into it because it's a dependency. Some don't. So
it's like it's mainly for movies, isn't it? And teleshows. So say if you use any type of sports add-on, that won't use resolver, etc.
Yeah. Well, sports, live sports wouldn't use resolve URL because it would be something different. But because it's different, because you have the add-on scrapes and then it asks resolve URL to finish pointing. And I'm trying to simplify this. It points it to where it wants to look, where the final destination is. It's like this is the final destination. And Live doesn't ask for that. Live pretty much says, "Hey, this is a link. Go to there." So if you don't have those settings, it's probably because the add-on does it a little bit differently. Crazy Canuck, 7 more. What are we at? Like some certain number? I'm sorry, I'm not looking at my YouTube page.
Yeah, 93 on the thumbs up, Todd.
Yeah. All right. So hey, 100 likes for 100 episodes. That'd be cool. Yeah. Fanerific, you said you got to roll because you got to crash, and I know it's late for you and Kodi Apps, and I'm sorry you guys are staying up so late. And DJ, you guys are freaking troopers.
It's only 12 o'clock at the minute.
I'm even an hour before those guys. It's an hour later for me.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I'm an old man. Need me pit. Thanks for having me on the show, Todd. Thanks for remembering me.
Yes.
And congratulations on the 100 shows. Well deserved, mate.
Yep. So thank you, Fan. As much as I've watched you argue with people and I've sometimes shake my head, I still support you for your thoughts and your opinion. And I respect the work you've done, because some of your theming has been jumps and leaps above when people were first starting to theme. I mean, because you were theming before theming was cool. I guess that's the way I put it.
Yeah, see, uncool. I'm just totally uncool. That's me.
Hey, and if Fanerific mentions something about something you need to fix in it, he's not meaning it in a bad way. He's just giving you a little bit of criticism about how you might fix it to make it a little bit better.
And if people listen to me, their stuff would be a lot better. That's the fact, Todd. That is the fact. I mean, I know I'm big-headed and arrogant, and I've never denied that, but it's true.
I've been lucky. I've never come across his wrath.
I'll see you
thanks
all.
for joining me, Fan.
Ta-ra, guys.
Catch you later.
See you, Fan.
Again, a guy that's been around a long time and been doing theming when theming was way back, and rubbed numerous people wrong. And hey, I'll say it in front of him when he's been on my show numerous times. He's rubbed people wrong, and I'm like, I don't know if I'd have handled it that way. But you know what? He's very detail oriented, and when he sees something incorrect, one of those people that's like, if you change that background and you change this a little bit, or if you fix this a little bit. And he would say that sometimes people take offense. I understand where he's coming from, and I understand that has a certain eye. So I respect what he's done and I respect his work. So awesome job. All right, so hey, we're at 2 hours.
On that note, 107 now, Todd. We've on 107. Thumbs up.
Oh my gosh! It's got to be my highest thumbs up.
Yeah, and I just promised everyone watching something in the side chat. That's why you reached the 100. You can read it.
Dick pics.
Wait.
Oh, some kind of dance. I do.
Oh, I gotta do a dance. Wait, whoa! I'm looking around. Hold on a second.
You gotta do the worm.
Oh, DJ, I don't know if I could do that. Did you see the last time I tried that?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I saw that.
It was quite hilarious.
What am I missing?
DJ, all right,
Dad's gonna dance.
Wait, hold on a second. Look what DJ promised.
Funster.
Or wait, no, Funster. I'm sorry. Funster.
Yeah, we're up to 85.
No, he says we're over 100.
110.
Do I need to refresh?
110 at the moment.
I would refresh.
109.
So all right, so look at what's asked for.
Oh, dabs.
The worm.
He's going to hurt himself, guys. He's going to hurt himself. He's not as young as he was last time he did that. Last time, too.
We're down to 97 viewers. So, I don't give two. What's the word? I don't give two fucks.
According to our conversation before, you two were always doing things like this anyway.
Just do the twerk.
I can't do that. No,
what was it? What's the other one called? No,
I'm bad at
Yeah, that silly one.
What's that called?
Oh, I'm not too sure.
Wait, call Charles first.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, God.
Oh, baby.
This is what you get, Blue, for the rest of your life now.
Hold on. You know what? I think I can do this worm. I think I can.
You might want to lower your camera if you can.
He's going to do the worm.
Jesus.
This cover beer will help.
You know what? At least I will say At least I don't have the snowman outfit on, because that hindered me. I know it did. I know it slowed my whole roll.
Okay, are you going to do this? Because Sid wants me upstairs for a second. So if you're not going to, I'm okay. But
tell Sid to hold the fuck on.
Okay. Well, I'm waiting then. Bring it on.
He's worried about his knees.
Oh Jesus, he's going to hurt something.
Here we go.
He's got to pull his pants up first. There we go.
Yeah.
It's not the getting down; it's the getting up.
The dog's this is top content.
Oh, hey, Daddy, you okay?
The dog's like, what's going on? Wouldn't it be funny if you started humping him?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Good. Get away. Get away.
Hi, pretty girl.
This is going well.
Oh, honey, you got to put your arm. Oh, he can't even hear us because all the stuff's in his earphones. It's like you got to put your arms out in front of you and use those as well. Oh.
He's not getting back up, you know.
Call an ambulance.
Oh my good lord, baby.
Okay,
you got to put your arms like out in front of you and use your arms as part of your.
I can't. I don't have the flow like I used to when I was younger.
Okay, you know what? When I see you at Christmas, I'll show you.
Yeah, you show me. And you know what? We're gonna do that on a Streaming Matters show.
Yeah, because everybody wants to see me flopping around.
You know what? Because we're gonna find that just funny as hell. Hey, I didn't ask for your help.
Oh, she was concerned about you. That's adorable.
She was like, "Dad, what are you doing down here?" Oh, Lordy. Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Wait, we'll be hitting the damn door and knocking on the door in a minute. Whew. Wait, you know what? I just can't. I think it's my stomach. I don't have the muscles that I used to have when I was younger. I'll blame it on my stomachs. So, all right.
Just blame it on the age, Todd. Blame it on the age. Take it on the chin, gracefully.
I don't know if graceful was after that one. Because I swear, DJ, it was not as easy this time as it was the time before with a snowman outfit. I think it's harder. I think I've got to somehow
It might be the beer.
No, I think
I need to just drink last time.
I need to start working out.
Blame the dog.
It was the dog's fault. I had the rhythm. Whew. All right. So look at Sharon said I did it. You did that. All right. So yeah, people. I had it going on. Whew. All right. So Cosmics. Anything you want to finish up before we roll out of here? Because we're at over 2 hours.
No, just congrats on the 100.
Thanks.
That's all really. We'll have to get on like we mentioned a few weeks back together. Have a look at some code.
Yeah, one of the things, folks, for people that you got 82 people watching, Cosmics had messaged me about possibly taking a look at some of the code. If people were wanting to create an add-on, taking a look at some of the techniques that he had learned and sharing those techniques so that people that wanted to create an add-on could do the same thing. So I just hadn't been able to work it out to him and I being able to get together because we got to get together and then create a video and then post it out there. So take a look for that. Watch for that because I do think that is great knowledge to pass along to the next group. All right. Thanks for joining again, bud. Funster.
Yeah, congratulations on your 100th. And I just, like I said in the beginning of the show, I just joined to get you dancing.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I didn't mean to do that. I really did not plan at all. At all. It's not my birthday. DJ.
Yeah, just like to say thanks for let me jump on the show, Todd. Congratulations on that 100. And I'd like to say congratulations to you and Blue. I have said congratulations to you on a personal note, but congratulations to you and Blue on the actual engagement. Looking forward to the actual big day, and hopefully it'll be soon. And thanks to everybody for coming to Dad's show tonight. Like, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell.
Awesome.
I'm watching too much YouTube.
Yeah, he's got it down pat. Kodi Apps, one of my old-time friends. Thanks for joining, bud.
You're very welcome. Congratulations on the 100. And just remember, carry on doing what you're doing. And that goes to everybody. As long as you're enjoying what you're doing. Just remember, if you get one negative, nasty comment, just remember there's still 1,000 people out there who love what you do. Don't take any notice of the 1 out of 1,000.
Great advice. Great advice. Blue, are you back or are you gone to go talk to your daughter? All right, so she's gone.
Even if it was 1,000 that I got, I'd still ignore them.
Yeah, I get thumbs down. I see screenshots of people talking jack shit about me or Blue or whoever. It don't matter. I do what I do because that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
You like it or don't like it, I don't care. It's I'm doing what I'm thinking that feels right, and if one person learns from me and enjoys it, fine. I try to be as honest and straightforward as I can be. I try to be not full of shit. Now, maybe sometimes I hold back my thoughts because I don't want to try to be super biased or opinionated. I try to be more politically centered. So maybe that's why sometimes I'm a little bit more careful about what I say and how I say it. And after the show, I'll be like, he's an effing asshole. But during the show, I'll be like, I don't really agree with everything he says. So there's people that hate on it. Fine. Hate on me. Don't dislike me. I don't care. I mean, because I'm still can continue to do what I'm doing. But I am humbled by the people that came to join the show, that watched the show, that came on the panel. When I first started, and I think back to the Husham days, and when Rojas and I were in amongst, I don't want to say gods, but people that had so many subscribers, and I maybe had 100. Maybe I had 100 subscribers. And I had these people that follow me every single day or every video I make, and they thank me. That's what it's about. That's what I do. It's not about making a mint on YouTube, because honestly, if I make $100 in a year, I'm lucky. Oh, and that's if I'm lucky. It's probably closer to 18 months. And any videos I make, total of videos. But I appreciate the people I teach, the people I touch. When DJ Themes, Funster, thank you for creating the themes for Shadow. It's about the networking, the people that trust you to create something and say, hey, let me show you this. Let me give this work so that other people can enjoy it. That's what this is about. So much of Kodi is about freely given of yourself and your work and your time freely.
That's what it's all about. I'll give all my time freely.
That's what it's about. People think we're all in here for money. APKs, I'm sorry not to be dogging APKs. APKs are in it for money because they all get ad money. Not a single person on this panel gets the ad money that APKs get. That's what it's about. And it's about sharing a little bit of knowledge. I want to give out one shout out near the end of the show to Penn. If you can follow Penn. I have been following Penn stuff, and I am learning off of that guy because he does a lot of what I aspire to do stuff out of the normal. I don't want to do a video on an add-on that 20 other people have done. I'd want to do a video on an add-on that nobody's heard about. Penn is doing videos on things that are outside the normal. PEIN. Check it out. That's my recommendation to check out this guy. He gets very little press. He gets very little views. He has a very low subscriber base. Not to say that his videos are better than somebody else's that are followed, Rojas or Next Level. But I would say Penn is doing stuff that is outside the norm. Follow him. JJ posted his link over there. Follow this guy. He is doing stuff, and maybe not everything he does fits your mold, but he's doing things that you're not going to see in other places. And he's a guy I follow. He's a guy I watch. So
he does things different.
Yep.
He doesn't follow the YouTube trend.
You're exactly right. Yep. And he just, some of the stuff he does, and I watched his video on Sonar today with Sonar. Nobody's talked about the Sonar feature that added lists. Nobody. He was the first person I saw that did a video on lists inside Sonar. Now, if you're a Plex user, you understand what Sonar is. And you understand what that list means. Now, again, nobody else has done videos on this, but he has. So just for a second. Babe.
Got his ear to the ground.
Babe, I'm sorry, we were rolling past. Anything you want to finish up before we roll out?
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm having a brownie, so we're good.
You know what? I haven't eaten dinner yet.
Oh my God, honey.
You know what? I gotta eat fucking dinner. You know,
yeah, no
I'm at that point. You know what? I'm at that point where I just don't give two Fs.
And you're so polite about it too.
Yeah. All right. So thanks for everyone watching. Follow him. Follow me. Again, check out Kodi App's website. This guy is doing stuff that nobody in the community has posted the stuff this guy's doing. So his website, he was on the show a couple weeks ago. So
and he's got a really nice voice. He's usually on Player Pass with us.
Yeah. Player Pass. So Wednesday night, what, babe? Player Pass at what time?
No friggin' idea.
5 p.m.
5 Eastern.
5 p.m. Eastern. 5 p.m. Eastern.
West Coast.
10 p.m. UK time.
It's fun though.
Thank you, DJ.
We pick 2 movies every week that you have to watch. Well, you don't have to, but we recommend you to watch them. And then you want to come on and talk about whether you like it or you hate it or whatever you can. I like it.
So this coming week is. Hold on, I got all kinds of.
Commitment is one of them, and I'm excited for that because I love that movie.
Wait, what did you say? Because I got all kinds of.
The Commitment.
Loose.
Is that one?
Loose.
And Loose.
The Commitments and Loose. L-U-C-E.
Yeah, that actually looks really good.
Loose and The Commitments are the movies to watch on Wednesday. So, hey, here we go. You know, because I'm about ready to do another shot, and I don't give 2 Fs.
Oh, my God.
And we'll see you Wednesday. Okay. Hey, thanks for watching, because Kodi matters to us, because Kodi matters to you. And thanks so much to everyone that joined the panel, because I didn't know where we're going.
Honey,
no idea.
Streaming matters to us because streaming.
No, it started. It started as Kodi Matters.
Yes,
Kodi Matters. That's how it started.
Yeah.
And it's still thinking about, wait, it says it's an error trying to finish the show.
Huh?
It's like, yeah, I'm getting.
Try to have a show and YouTube friggin' kicks you out. You try to cancel a show and